Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Cloud Jet Podcast. Today we're joined with our two regular co-hosts, minus one, unfortunately, I guess three regular or four regular co-hosts minus one. I should say that. So Big Nino, the third. I don't know why I keep adding the third. My guy Damon the Five, aka Black Uchiha, and of course myself. And today we'll be discussing probably a wide range of topics, but of course the official release of Boruto Chapter 36.
That's how you know nothing we do is scripted. Because his intros is all over the place every time.
He kept on trying to correct. He literally went from 2 all the way to 4. He kept on correcting the number. He said
Because
2,
I don't know if I
3,
should I say
4.
I don't know if I should could when I'm introducing, should I say two, like hypothetically it was just three of us, what if
Right.
I say two or three, because we're all co-hosts but I'm introducing it, so it's
Well,
like
I
my
mean,
co-host,
yeah,
so
you're
it's like,
moving too, yeah, for sure.
yeah, and then when I said minus one, I'm like, nah, that just means it's two of us, so I gotta say not minus four, so I just had to, my bad, y'all. I should have thought about
Bro,
it
I got the
before.
confused face meme
Nah,
right
it
now.
worked. It worked, bro. It's cool.
All right, good looks, good looks, good looks.
I got the confused meme face on right now.
Yeah, 100%. So officially the chapter release. Did we give out ratings last chapter?
Nah, we did not. We went on the. I don't think last chapter was the Amado thing. Last one we did like.
But we only did the spoilers though. We didn't even.
Yeah.
We did the spoilers while Ryzen was going over the panels. That's what we did.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
And we keep it a buck with you. I haven't even read the whole chapter because we got like everything in the spoilers, honestly.
I'm gonna keep it a whole band. I read the whole chapter yesterday for the first time. I sat down and read it on Manga Plus. Cause I had to record a video on Kasha. Oh yeah, we could talk about like I got a good topic with Koji and Amado, but I had to record a video and I was like, low key, I'm working off the strength of my knowledge from the spoilers. Let me lock in right quick. So I had to sit down and read the chapter.
I feel you 100%. What was the video about?
It's nothing actually like crazy, like oh Black Uchiha's brand new idea, but it's just about Amado and his snake activities on the going up 10 again as any other fucking chapter. Just more Amado being a snake. I think it's pretty like obvious last chapter that like he connected his visions because I was reading over the officials and the dialogue helped me like gain a better understanding, especially in like the Shikamaru and Kobu stuff. But I'm looking at it and I'm like, because for the most parts, visually, only the things that like I shown probably like in my spoiler review, I didn't really see the panels for last chapter like that. So I'm looking at the chapter yesterday and I'm reading it and it was interesting to me. Like I really think this nigga Amado got the 10 paths ability. Like he connected his eyes with Kashin Koji. It's too much backdooring going on. And it's just more and more. I'm like, yeah, bro, he can't be trusted. It's at this point,
Well,
Ikimoto saying, who still want to trust this nigga? What else can I do to let y'all know y'all
Bar.
can't trust him?
Bar is only one.
Like
well,
at
nah,
this point,
I'd say it's fair to not trust Amado because Amado's been like consistent throughout the entirety of the series. He's never really going to tell everyone the entire truth. So hypothetically, if he actually does have some information on like a bunch of things, even like let's say his eyes are actually connected with Kashin Koji, I don't think Amado would actually come out and say that. I think the only reason why Amado, like even if you hypothetically if you were working with that premises, the only reason why Amado would essentially say it now is because he was essentially told it, or I guess it was shown to him. So now I guess he has the green light to actually say it. You could say that.
Their eyes was connected when he know he was still alive too at that point.
I mean, I like, bro. So this is what it is, bro. Off rip, Amado like he be trying to play in people fucking face. I be trying to tell you, he trying to play in people's face. So he trying to play in Kasha Koji face, and Koji almost caught him, but he got interrupted because of the 10 pass, right? Because right before they do all this hoopla and talking and stuff, Amado trying to play nice and all that, and then Kasha Koji dips. He's like, bro, I'm gonna hit up Ada and see what he really did because I don't trust him. Like I believe Amado, everything that he says is true, but we can't trust him because he's not telling the whole truth. He's not telling the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So yeah, he performed a brain procedure on Koji and made his brain waves more active. But what else did you do? Do you know what I'm saying? That nigga also, I think he connected their sights solely off the strength of like the visual representation, but also like in key moments, Amado's facial expression is always hidden when it comes to like his daughter. And prior to us understanding his whole entire plan with Kawaki, it would Ikimoto would treat it the same way in like part one Boruto. He would hide Amado's facial expressions when certain dialogue would come across the panel. And I'm like, well, why the fuck are you hiding his facial expression? And then the first time around, we come to find out, oh, it's because Kawaki has his daughter's data. That's why he cares so much about Kawaki. It's just like all of these things, and it's a pattern. But even in 36, I'm like, bro, it was so obvious. Like, because I'm looking, like, even just go off the strength of their conversation alone, right? When they end the conversation, Amado said something fishy. He was like, I look forward to seeing what the next update brings, right? And in my head, I'm like, even if Koji just said, like, yo, I hold no resentment towards you and all of that stuff, it's a pretty far-fetched idea for Amado to assume that him and Koji are on good enough terms that where once Koji gets an update, Koji is going to just tell him. That's a crazy assumption to go by, first of all. And then secondly, he didn't say, I look forward to hearing from you. He just said, I look forward to seeing the next update. So that was the first hint, right? But the second is simply like, because when they're undergoing the prescient's vision, it's like he got the same kanji. That's why I'm like, it's not anything crazy. Because I feel like Ikimoto is literally telling us this chapter, like, nah, this is what Amado literally did. He connected their visions. Because he has the same Dojutsu kanji around his face this chapter that we see, like, I
Well,
don't know,
explain
people
that.
like,
The same Dojutsu kanji.
that's what I was going to say.
On what
Like, people
page?
like, you see, like, so if we go, are we on chapter, is that chapter 36? I'm going to start
Yeah.
looking at the screen.
Yeah.
So you go towards the end of Amado and Koji's conversation. So go a little bit on, a couple more pages. Dang, man. Look at Ryzen. We need that.
The end
We
of
need
it was
those efforts.
the end of it was page 27.
Yeah, so
27.
go. Yeah. Okay, so here, right? So go. Is that the panel where he tells him literally, he was like, I look forward to the next update to see what sort of future this new present will lead to. All right, so you go over a couple pages. Boom. Koji, like, yeah, I don't trust them. I'm like, I don't trust them. Boruto, like, what's going on? We keep going all the way up until the point where Koji's interrupted with his 10 pass ability. So look, right, all right, back one page real quick. So you scroll in, you see these kanji right here next to Koji face.
Yeah.
So right, no, like the
JBG.
white one, yeah, those ones specifically. So you see it first on the page to the right with him and Boruto. That's to show you the dojutsu just activated, and then you get the close up on his face. It's like, okay, Kashin Koji is actively using his dojutsu. So we go over another page, right? We go over this one page, and then boom, before we even look at Amado, because then people will be like, it's a reach. Let's look at Sarada. Shout out the queen. So Sarada activates her dojutsu this chapter, and what do we see? The same kanji, right?
Yeah.
The same exact kanji. So when we go over to Amado, and it's not like it's just continuing on from Koji, because we see the Koji and Boruto panel right next. Ikimoto's done showing us that Koji has activated his dojutsu. He took away the kanji. When we go over to Amado, not only do we not see his face, we see the exact same fucking kanji. That should only be on characters that are activating or using a dojutsu. So it's like, that's just like, yeah, this is what he did. But also on top of that, it's like he's losing his foot. Like, why he's sitting like that, bro? Like, I may sound like a hater right now, but like, yeah, bro, like, why you sitting like that? I don't trust you. I don't trust you. It look like you falling over because it's your first time getting used to an ability you just stole, you colonizer. But anyways, you know what I'm saying? It's like, so we go, it's like, come on, bro. Like, there's more to it, but like, this is really like the meat of the pudding where I'm like, bro, I'm reading this. I'm like, did this nigga
Wait.
steal the
You got
jutsu?
meat in your pudding, bro.
No,
Meat in the pie. I meant to say pie. My fault. I did say pudding. I meant to say pie.
I was
in
about
a
to say, that's
way, I
nasty-ass
do
pudding.
see it. In a way, I do see it. And the thing that you brought up a little bit earlier is kind of making me think right now how they never really show Amado's facial expressions, and especially in this situation right here, it's just so convenient that he's looking at his daughter right now in this particular moment.
Yeah.
I kind of agree. I could kind of see it, but also, would you rule out the possibility of him essentially hearing the kanji of Amado, not of Amado, hearing the kanji of Kashin Koji, and it essentially just relays right here? Because it could just be the fact that he has like a listening device on Kashin Koji.
Nah, because the more I look at that panel right there with Amado, it looks like he's falling. Like it was just so happy. It was just so happy. Just so happens that the railing was behind him, right? Because we see Koji, the previous times we seen him activate prescience, he was always sitting down, and it looks like yeah, it's uncontrollable, and he can't maintain his body whenever it happens. But this time it's happening, and he's standing up. Boruto has to
Mm,
literally catch him, right? So I'm like,
yeah,
I don't know. Maybe I know Ikimoto like to draw model poses and all that, but to me that just looks like a model just caught his footing and sat on the rail, and we can't see his face, but we got the dojutsu kanji around his head, and it just so happens to be the same time that Koji is getting an update after Amado quote unquote stated all he did was a simple brain procedure. I think his whole thing was, I think he underestimated maybe Koji's willingness to find out the truth, because we know Ada already admitted she don't like looking at the recordings, especially if it's not of interest to her. So in
mm,
his head, he probably assumed Ada's gonna peep and be like, "Oh, she sees him working on Koji and just confirm with Koji. Yeah, he just did a brain procedure, but not actually know the in and outs because she's not a scientist of like, nah, he did a brain procedure, but he literally connected neural links and all of that extra stuff, basically giving himself the same ability as Koji. So I don't know. I think I don't. Long
I
story
can
short,
see it.
can't trust the nigga, man. I can't trust this. I can't trust him.
No, I could fully see it. To be honest, that's one of the things I agree with you in the last part. The fact that, of course, Ada's not necessarily going to know specifically what happened. So Amado essentially knows that, and of course, Amado being the smart guy that he is, he's not necessarily going to give any sort of indication of what he plans on doing with Kashin Koji even before that, because he knows Ada would just probably review the tape probably a couple of days or even weeks prior to what Amado was planning on Kashin Koji. Well,
Yeah.
one of the things I was looking, you kind of brought it up a little bit earlier, was specifically what are the times that Kashin Koji did actually have the prescience abilities? Were they all sitting? You said they were, but were they
Well,
all
the
sitting?
time that we did see him have it, they
Mm,
was sitting, because the first time we seen it, he was explaining to Boruto in a flashback, so we didn't see it actively like him getting it in real time. But when Kawaki pulled up and drilled Jura's dome, pause, we saw
mm,
Koji. He was already sitting down, but he just like grabbed he put his hand in his head through his hands, like he was
mm,
holding his head. You know what I'm saying? So
mm,
that was the only other indication. But this one is like a pattern, right? So I'm looking at it like, okay, this is the second time us seeing the ability in real time. Same thing, but now Koji is standing up and he has to be caught by Boruto. So it kind of lines, because when we seen it activate when Koji was sitting down, it's kind of like his body didn't necessarily go limp, but like
mm,
it was just luxurious enough for him to be, or advantageous enough for him to be sitting down at the time the ability occurred. And at this point, Boruto isn't like confused. Like, remember with Sarada, we know Boruto has future knowledge from Koji. He understands Sarada has the Mangekyo, this, that, and the third. When Sarada passed out and Boruto caught her, he answered people like, "What's going on?" So he was like, "Bro, I don't know what's going on." He's just like, her eye. It was just, he didn't know it was chakra depletion or what. But when Koji's passing out, Boruto is like, he's reacting like a, those old veterans or old people that have a dog that recognize signs, or people like with certain disabilities, they have a dog or animal that recognize certain signs in case of emergency. Like the dog will
yeah.
be able to tell when you're about to have a seizure. It like
Mm.
Boruto reacted like that. It was like he knew exactly what to do. So it was like, yeah, maybe Koji always loses his footing when he gets a prescience update. It's better for him to be laying down or sitting. So that's just like a little nitpick thing as far as like to attach to the idea that Amado actually connected the ability to his own eyesight, or like his glasses or something like that.
The only thing I would say against that is Amado looks like if he were to go limb, quote unquote, well, not fully limb because we established it wasn't fully limb, but if he were to, it looked like he'd fall forward instead of like falling back on the railing.
Backwards. Yeah. I I don't know, man. Everything with this guy is already backwards, so who knows? I don't know though.
Stupid.
Well, I just think
Nah,
it's funny, because I think it's funny, right? Because if we look into their conversation, it's like he's being told possibly the news that he would never want to hear in regards to his daughter. And we don't see his facial reaction when Koji tells him, quote unquote, he's never seen a future with Akebi being revived. So whether how much truth that holds or not, I believe this is Amado trying to confirm with himself. Maybe Koji is lying to him and trying to withhold the information, or maybe he never saw his daughter revive. But either way, Amado needs to find out for himself.
What I would think though, like this could be a good moment for Amado, because one of the things that, of course, he probably feared was him working towards one specific goal and never actually achieving that. And now he kind of realizes that if he would have done that, that would have been a scenario. He would have never actually achieved, like actually unlocking or bringing back a Kiwi. So this could be like a revelation for him. It could be a good thing.
Yeah, I think he's already operating under a better sense of hope, because Koji's answering his question based off the updates that he's always had up till 4 days ago. So basically, everything that, like Amado said this chapter, everything that's happening now is something you never seen. So you saying you never seen my daughter revive? Hey, we're at ground zero now, buddy. Wait till the next update, and we'll see if that's still the case. So that's how Koji's operating. He's operating off of like a scientist. He's operating off of like numbers and variables. He's like, well, shit, I've automatically created something new by operating in this future here. So let's see what happens. My whole thing is like when the spoilers dropped, it was cool because the Kepi panel was like, I thought it was, I was very, very adamant on it being like a hypothetical panel. And I didn't even consider like Koji not telling the truth or falsifying information. But reading over the officials, yeah,
I'm like, what about this though? Like something to like kind of back up your point. He says, I look forward to the next update to see what sort of future this new present will lead to. So it's kind of like telling him, like, yeah, he can actually see it too at the same time as Koji.
Yeah. Uchiha brought it up. He said there could be like a message or like a sly little
slide. I think like it could be like, yeah, that's him telling the truth. Maybe it's like it's easy to overlook, bro. I overlooked that shit so crazy. So, but I was. It's just, yeah, it's like Free Game saying, it's the dialogue, it's the certain dialogue that Amado's using. But to the point you was about to bring up, Bara, like with Koji, if you go over one or two panels, well, actually, no, go back a couple panels. Go to the Akebi panel. So yeah, here it was like when we were reading over the spoilers with Ryzen, I'm gonna be honest, because most of the time we pot, I be on my phone, so I don't be looking at the screen unless I really have to look at the screen, right? So I didn't really pay attention to like the panel work here, and I always assumed this was like a hypothetical. But even looking at the panel work, it can be simply like this is Amado talking and explaining, obviously, yeah, Kawaki, it plans to karma his daughter revive. But this is also Kash and Koji, because he also confirms later on in the chapter all of the visions and futures he has are stored in his memory as a side ability. So this could be Koji remembering a future where Kawaki does fucking revive Akebi. And he's like, yeah, we're not even gonna deal with that. Like, I'm thinking like Jura is like one of those things where every future is bad with Jura. Like, we gotta stay on our P's and Q's in order to handle this. But Koji, the future he's seen with Akebi, he's not even, it's like taboo to even mention that future's name. Like he want to act like it don't even exist. Because my thing is, if he claims to not hold any resentment towards Amado, which necessarily, considering how he operates and how logical he is, you probably shouldn't. But if that's the truth, then why avoid Amado so actively the last 3 years? It has to be because in the futures that he's seen with Akebi, it's like one of those inevitable things where like Amado may not understand what he fully want to get himself into. On top of that, it's like maybe a future that gets rid of Jura that he knows for sure can happen is a future where Akebi is revived, but that future, you thought Jura was bad. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things. Like, but I just thought it was funny how they paneled it, because Koji got the famous Sumere ... you know what I'm saying, speech bubbles, and we know how the ... mean you thinking. So who knows?
What I think though, specifically for if Kash and Koji lied, I think he probably did. Like, hypothetically, if he did see a scenario like this, and this actually did happen, of course he is seeing a future vision that he did have in the past, it wouldn't necessarily benefit him to actually tell Amado simply because it would kind of make him a singularity now. And even Amado himself wouldn't necessarily like that happening because that means that this future in itself could potentially not exist because he's now a singularity, which could change the future. So I think either way,
As
Kashin
far as
Koji,
like so wait, all right, so break that down for me. Are you saying as far as like the knowledge aspect, Koji wouldn't want Amado to know that, or he shouldn't?
he shouldn't. Let's say Amado is us right now, and he's actually seeing it, and he actually is like going over the possibilities. Or let's even say Amado knows for a fact, a future Amado knows for a fact that Kashin Koji knew all along that Akibi would be revived. I don't think future Amado would say he'd want this current Amado to know.
Oh, so I get what you're saying. So maybe Koji's like, no, we're gonna get to that future, but I can't tell you right now. It's just
Yeah,
that you're on the right path. Okay, I get what you're saying.
yeah,
I don't
type
know.
of
I'm
thing.
not gonna lie, bro. I don't know. If all right, so like I'm torn between, like, people might think I'm crazy because like they always think you gotta choose one side or the other. Like, I'm team Akebi. I'm team free Akebi until Akebi free, until it's backwards. But I don't
Mm.
trust Amado and I don't like Amado. You feel me? So we could be on the same side. We probably both want Akebi revived, but I don't like the means and methods this guy Amado is going towards in order to see that the job is done. So I
No, yeah, I see it. But to be honest, one of the things that I found like kind of questionable, like, well, I don't, not to be redundant, but Amado himself didn't really question what happens in the future where Jura actually does die. Like, why doesn't Kawaki actually revive Akibi? Because Kajin Koji did say that there's a future where Kawaki is alive.
That's the thing that may have answered, because we see it. First of all, like, look how quick Amado is able to break down this ability and possibly hypothetically transfer it and make it his own. So like, I think him saying in most futures, Kawaki dies, that was all the answers that Amado needed. Because, well, in the futures that he doesn't, well then how doesn't he die? But it's kind of like also Amado not trying to pry too much into it, because the beat is already done. At this point, he's waiting for the next update himself. You feel me? So I think it's a little bit of both. Like, in terms of like, I would say, the accuracy in whatever the visions that Koji had, in terms of the ones that Kawaki does die and the ones that he do die, but more so focused on the ones that he don't die. How does he not die, and does he revive Akebi in those futures or not?
Exactly. And to be honest, it could be a situation where Amado kind of knows that, which is why he didn't pry further. You know,
You think
where he's
so?
like, all right, I'm gonna just let him like lie to me. But to
I'm,
be honest, this in itself probably already made Amado in a singularity, which would probably ruin that future, because now he'd essentially do different things potentially. Like, hypothetically, he'd probably say, there's a possibility that he isn't lying. Now I have to do different things, and maybe that throws him off of the actual true way to revive Akibi, which he was already on.
so my whole thing is, though, right? All right, I will say this: it's a splash of genuineness in Amado's actions and whatever he's trying to do. That man is trying to do this shit from the heart. I may not believe it's generally about his daughter, but he's trying to do this shit from the heart, though. So I'll give him that. He has to get this done. But my thing is, right? If let's operate under the hypothetical. This is one of the points I was brought up. Let's operate under the hypothetical that Amado is like a genuine good guy. He's a gentleman, right, Bard?
Mm.
And yeah, like everything you've been saying about him these past few years is true. Ain't nothing malicious about the man at all, right? Other than the fact that he killed kids. I'm not letting that blood get off of his hands. He killed all them kids. Other than that, let's say he has no other malicious intent in his heart. And let's run with the idea that I believe Ikimoto's alluding to. Let's run with the idea, though, that he connected his eyesight to Koji. Basically, he can see the 10 past prescience.
Mm.
If he's genuinely good and he's genuinely willing to go to all of these lengths just to revive his dead daughter, it's only one or two ways that I see. Like, if he sees these futures in this update and he truly sees no future where Kebi's revived, does that break him, or does that inevitably create a villain? Or what if he does see the futures where it can be revived. And every time she's revived, she comes back as a monster. Does he double down and support that revelation, or does he throw away his life's work? So I believe either way, like Ikimoto
Well,
threw himself a bone to where he can't lose no matter which route he chooses.
what was the second one? What was the
So
second?
like let's say, all right, so let's say he's a good guy and he has the 10 pass ability, he connected eyesights with Koji, and he looks at the future. There's no futures where Kebi is revived and Koji was telling the truth.
Hmm.
What is he like? How far is he willing to go to ensure that the future goes past a certain point to get a Kebi revived? And will he break even more moral codes? Or the second one, basically, he does see the futures where she revives. She's basically the evil Akebi Otsutsuki that everybody thinks she's gonna be. Does he double down and still go down that route just for the sake of like, nah, I'm still gonna bring her back? Or does he give up his most of his life's work?
Well, yeah, I think he does try to bring Akibi back. I mean, one of the things or the long-standing debates that me and my guy Mello have is, can you put an Otsuki member under a Genjutsu? I think that'll probably be like, hypothetically, if Akibi is 100% evil, Amado would probably try to alter her brain, whether it be Genjutsu through scientific ways. He'd probably try to change her.
So you genuinely think he would try to change rather than support her?
Yeah, hypothetically, if she wants to destroy the planet, I don't think Amado is going to support that.
I don't know,
might.
man. I don't know.
But hypothetically, the first part, hypothetically, there are no futures where Akibi is actually revived and Amado actually sees that. I don't necessarily know if he'd be per se a villain if he'd do a whole bunch of other stuff or bad stuff to actually bring her back. I'd say he create a lot more singularities. I'd say he tried to alter the future in a way where it actually does bring her back, and of course, he'd probably change the plans after every single singularity. Like how I'm not singular after every single prescience vision. So hypothetically, if he makes 3 people singularities, like some scientists, and he tries to work with them and realize they get nowhere, he tried to make 3 other scientists like singularities and try to and then see what prescience say. So I could see him doing that, but like doing some evil stuff, probably not. I don't think he necessarily need to do that.
I'll connect it to like your first point, where it's like he could bring her back and possibly change her.
Mm.
So my whole thing is, right, let's say all of this is true. I believe, what if he looks into the 10 pass and he sees, okay, Koji's telling the truth. Akebi never comes back in any of the futures, right? And he comes to the ultimate understanding that he has to basically operate with Kawaki another way. I can see it to where he convinces Kawaki to simply revive Akebi as an asset to defeat Jura, all on the strength of like, look at what I just did to Koji. Look at what I did to you. Look at what I do to Delta. You know what I'm saying? I have so much control. I'm gonna be able to control Akebi. Like some sweet talk it some way, somehow. I don't think it's too far fetched to sweet talk it. To where Kawaki even give, because we've seen that Sumire had a command code on Delta. Fuck around and revive her and be like, I installed a command code just for you, Kawaki. You can shut down Akebi whenever you want to. Like something like that.
Yeah,
I
right.
believe he might just skip all the somatics and be like, you know what? Let me figure out a way to get Kawaki to revive her today within the next 24 hours.
Yeah, how will Kawaki know Amado just won't shut him down and revive or bring back Akibi? Just wake up Akibi.
You throw Kawaki a bone, he's gonna go for it. Just be like, this is all in the hopes of taking down the Shinju, protecting our. He's gonna go for it. If you promise him, is because it showed us this chapter. You let him know, hey, this is not gonna get in the way of your goal. All right, what is it? Kawaki was eager to kidnap Koji. He was like, shit, tell me what you need me to do. What's the first step? Where I gotta go? You know what I'm saying?
I could see it happening, but Kawaki would probably. I think Kawaki's too smart for that, to be honest. What he'd probably do is now, because Amado is kind of working like a singularity. I'm not saying he's a full blown singularity, but now that Amado's actually creating brand new futures, Kawaki now has the idea of, should I actually awaken Akibi? And because he has that now creates an actual possibility or a future where he does. So eventually, Kashin Koji is going to get a prescience update and realize and see what happens and what's the outcome of that specific scenario. So Kawaki would probably wait until Kashin Koji gets a prescience update so he can actually see what happens in the future.
Yeah, but I was, because I'm thinking, right, if he tells, I don't know what it would be, but I don't think it's crazy to him to somehow convince Kawaki if Amado, because think about it right now, we would be talking about an Amado that has the knowledge of all possible futures, like, and he understands there is no way Akebi is coming back with the agreement that you and Kawaki has. Jura has to die first. There's is not gonna happen. Amado is he not gonna just sit, he's gonna go, he's a scientist through and through. He's like, all right, we're gonna implement new variables in this motherfucker because the stuff we was doing obviously is not working, and we extended all of our resources on this end, and now on top of that I can see dozens of millions of possible futures that we haven't even touched on, and in all of them it still doesn't happen. So it's more so like, now what would Amado do? Because think about every point we were at with Amado, right? Before Kawaki got the Carmicel, his new arm, and all of these things, it was like he was in a position to where it's like he had one solid piece of evidence, or he had one solid piece of information or something that just turned the table. Like, he turned the tables around like multiple times, especially in part one, where we thought like, yeah, we finally got you, everything is there, and then he all be like, he revealed, oh, and by the way, Cole's stronger than Jigen. He's not as strong as Ishiki though. You know what I'm saying? Oh, by the way, I made some other cyborgs. They were stronger than Jigen. They got destroyed. You know what I'm saying? But who knows what's really going on? Like, he always has something. So I don't think it's crazy to where he can say something that Kawaki is like, because I think Kawaki is screw loose, right? Right now, they've been saying ever since the last few chapters, they've been talking about the promise. Aside from the first time Kawaki made the promise, he got to kill the Shinju, Boruto, and Code. But then ever since these last few conversations, Amado and Kawaki, they always just talk about the Shinju. I don't know, man. So I think he's gonna be so focused on Boruto, where it's like he's willing to give some pushback on the Shinju.
It's possible. My thing is just, we always talk about how Kashin Koji's abilities is so like, it's I was about to say another word, but it's I guess you could say that. Yes, it's not that good, but in a situation like this, it's OP, and where Kawaki could just ask Kashin Koji, "Hey, what's the outcome of this?" Yeah, that's always going to be there. Now, since I guess the prescience updates are going to be happening significantly quicker, I guess the last, well, we thought it was 7 days. The last one from today was, I mean, from, I said today, the last one from chapter 36 was 4 days ago. And of course, that was just right after he got his, I guess, process or procedure, if we believe what Amado's saying. The updates could come in 2 days. So like Kawaki could, like, in theory, just wait and figure out if whatever Amado wants to do is actually good in furthering his own goals, or does it like damage the future? Kashin Koji is pretty much like destroying Amado in any, I guess, planning right now.
So are you talking about? No, I was gonna say, can you clarify for Kawaki's sake in destroying the future? Are you talking about based off of his motives or like Amado's?
Amado's. The main thing with Kawaki right now is that he doesn't want Akebi to wake up, become another Otsutsuki member who actually wants to plant a god tree, and of course, I guess, take care of all the space curvatures in this dimension and potentially report back to the original Otsutsuki king or something like that. So I guess that's his main fear. So
yeah, them space curvatures, bro. The Earth space curvatures. What was it back then? That shit probably over 100 right now, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
It was 16. It was 16.
Yeah.
That's over 100. It was 16 by the time we hit Mario and Naruto. Yeah, not even. Yeah. By the time we got Fuse Momoshiki stepping foot on planet, that joint hit like 30.
Yeah, 100%.
Hey, I was I don't mean to change the topic, but I'm like browsing the net, right? And then Game Rant pops up on my feed, and I don't never believe anything they say. But they're talking about, because that's why I was like, I don't know if you saw me like skipping around the panels and stuff, but it was talking about, there's a panel where it shows the 8th Hokage, and they're talking about these panels right here, right? Hold on, let me see the prescience. It says somewhere in here it shows Shikamaru stepping down as the 8th Hokage. Well, it's Game Rant that says it, but this is page 34. This is like in the prescience. They said during Koji's prescience, you see it. I don't see nothing. I see what they're talking about. Jura and Shikamaru sitting down for lunch. Like this panel, like you can see it right here. This is Jura and Shikamaru sitting down together. But I don't see anything where it's showing the future eighth Hokage. And
Nah, I think they're
they're
talking
saying,
about the cloak because you see next to Konohamaru, you just see that
okay,
cloak. It's like a cloak. The Hokage cloak is next to Konohamaru's
and it's
face.
crazy because they say Konohamaru is the eighth Hokage. No, I don't see it.
Stop
Where?
it.
That's I don't
No,
know why
I
people be
swear to God.
reaching though. But go. It's so you see Konohamaru's face.
I
Go
see
right
face.
there, and then the
Oh,
next,
okay.
literally
Yeah,
that
I
small
see it.
thing right there is the Hokage thing
That's right
next
here.
to him. Yeah.
Yeah, nah, I wouldn't necessarily say that. This could literally just be Shikamaru. It could
Yeah.
literally just be Shikamaru.
Because it's not like they're in the same screen reel. Like they're
Yeah.
being blocked off. They got their own reels. So
Yeah, 100%. So it's possible. Don't get me wrong. Like I wish it does move that quickly. Like the next couple episodes, not episode, the next couple of chapters, we get a new Hokage, and of course, you guys know who I want the Hokage to be. But you know,
might be. We might be getting a new one though. Don't shit.
yeah. Oh, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind. It would stir up some drama. I do like Shikamaru, but I won't. I
You
won't
want
not
Sarada.
invite the controversy. Well, no,
No.
I just won't not invite the controversy. Like having a brand new Hokage, that's a bunch of content.
It's crazy that everybody thinks you hate Sarada, but you want her to be
I
Hokage.
did. That's the next question I had.
I'm about to say, let's get into these future panels with Sarada and Code and Hidari because it looks like a lot of crazy shit going on.
I want to know why the fuck Shikamaru. Oh, excuse me. I want to know why Jorah and Shikamaru was sitting down eating together though.
I don't know, bro. I think he got him shook, bro. I don't know if I said this last part. I think Jorah walked up on Shikamaru after Shikamaru just got fired. He's at the bar. He's thinking about like how he's gonna go home and tell Tamari. You know, this some headcanon shit, right? And then Jorah just walks up behind him like, you know, lemongrass is always my favorite type of tea. And Shikamaru just shook like, what the fuck?
Lemongrass.
Bro, I could actually see something like that happen. But
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, 100%. But there was a commenter that was saying I'm not keeping the same energy for other characters that I do with Sarada. Do you guys know specifically what he's talking about? To be honest.
I mean, what is?
Oh, bro, why? Yeah, people like they don't like your Sarada hate, man. I'm like,
what hate?
I mean, this is I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. Well, I understand because we're always debating, but it's more so because I always defend Sarada because she's my favorite character. So that's probably it, bro. Honestly. But I'm like
times when you say
I'm like they low key forgetting, like, yeah, man, they was forgetting when I was really on Sumare's dome and Baru was her #1 defender out here, and I wasn't trying to let it slide. Yeah, man.
But I do want to know what did I say about Sarada? I generally forgot.
But it's typically the because, bro. All right, I'm gonna be honest, bro. It'd be like because you'd be like, man. You'd be like, I don't know. I'm assuming the best I could say is probably like the power scaling.
Give us some times where
the power scaling. We'd be like, oh, Sarada's like, what's the name level? Like all the times we talked about we've talked about Sarada being all these Shishui, Madara,
Mangekyo so strong, all types of crap.
Yeah, that's what. Oh, thank you. Yeah, why is her Mangekyo so strong? Basically. Yeah,
but no, I keep the same energy. I do keep.
That's what I'm saying. I understand because your whole premise is like we're bringing up like part 1 power ups for the character, and she's being relevant to all these characters that have brand new things we never heard of. Yeah. So that's why I understand. However, I that's why I tell people just because I understand that doesn't mean I agree. Like, yeah, I understand what he's saying. Like, I don't agree, but yeah, I don't. Yeah.
I almost melted when I seen Chocho take out a Shinju. Yeah, y'all remember that? Like,
yeah, bro. I can't get behind that. I can't get jiggy with that, bro.
Wait, hold on, because Chad, they was all in arms, and now they don't want to give us no examples. So Chad, y'all don't have to give us some examples.
Yeah, 100%. But specifically with the Sarada thing, if the problem was the power scaling, I've always said I had no problem with Sarada actually being up here with the upper echelons. I've always said what I want them to do is upgrade her with scientific technology, give her a bunch of crazy abilities, potentially even give her another a scientific dojutsu to go alongside the Mangekyo Sharingan, potentially even the Byakugo seal. I wouldn't necessarily mind that. However, putting her up here with Jigen level characters, people above Jigen, just because of Mangekyo Sharingan, I think it's wild. It's wild.
Yeah. That's why I say I understand that point. But the reason why I disagree is because, man, we talking about that motherfucking Ohiru mate. Like, that's what we talking about, bro.
Yeah.
And we ain't never saying nothing like that, man. But, hey.
Yeah, my guy says everyone's power scaling is off in Boruto, but I discussed that. I talk about that. I think the only people that I ain't gonna say the only people because I'm probably not gonna think of everyone that I think are straight, but Boruto and Kawaki are like the main people where I pretty much understand all of their upgrades. One character I talk about a lot, I'm pretty sure you guys know Konohamaru. Once he reacted to I think Hidari, I thought that was wild as well. I thought that was crazy. Like most of the characters
Kona,
who shouldn't
I mean,
necessarily be there.
no, I was about to say, you know how, yeah, Konohamaru is understandable, bro. Like
Yeah.
that's come on.
Most of the characters who shouldn't necessarily be up here with Otsutsuki tiers. I mean, I'm gonna say it. Like I remember once
He
we
said, I'm gonna
first
say it.
saw once we first got into I forget I already forgot his name. Momoshi. Once we first got into the Momoshi, I guess, mini arc, I've always thought that the side characters would essentially protect Boruto from hidden leaf ninjas trying to assassinate him. I thought that was going to be their main thing. Like, so without like, if hypothetically, like, let's say in the future, let's say Shigadai puts Hidari under shadow possession, I'm going to have a huge problem with that. I'm going to have a significant problem with that. There's no way you should be able to restrain a Shinju. It's like impossible.
Yeah, that's not happening. That's not happening. I get
Yeah.
I get a lot of your grievances when it comes to it, and so it's. I mean, we've debated on this topic so much that I understand where you're coming from.
And to be honest, I kind of understand the commenters in a way where I talk about Sarada the most because Sarada has the most examples. So like and specifically, I guess the last chapter where she's I guess going against Cold and then potentially going to go against Hidari. Like all due respect, like a Mangekyo Sharingan shouldn't have her survive that scenario. Like
Wait, say that again. I kind of blanked out. I was reading a comment. What did you? What did you?
her
What should have happened?
her going against Cold and potentially the other Shinju in the next chapter, her surviving just off of Mangekyo Sharingan, I'm gonna have a huge problem with. I just am. Like now, and
We got to get
going off.
into these future panels. That's what it's going to lead. But go ahead. That's leading us into these panels. I was going to talk about it because it looks
Yeah,
like
100%.
she's going to have her own mini adventure. In the
I'm just saying,
upcoming.
if hypothetically, if she survives a trip to the Shinju hideout and Kashin Koji was imploring Boruto that he wouldn't, like I feel like that in itself is like an imbalance. Like Kashin Koji was basically begging Boruto to leave the Shinju hideout, whereas Sarada is supposed to take down him, Hidari, potentially even Cold. I apologize, dog.
He said, huh?
She shouldn't.
All right, I ain't gonna lie. That's how. But listen, all right. So I'll say this. Look, man, the way it's set up. If we're looking at these panels, can you go back one page to the first set of future
Yeah.
roots that we got? Because on this one we got the Sarada and Hidari, but we also got some Hidari and Sarada stuff too. So off rip, Ikimoto's telling us whatever's happening between Sarada and Code, she's gonna survive it. Whether it's Code simply taking her straight to Hidari, or Sarada somehow ending up finding her way facing Hidari in the future. She's about to survive this encounter with Code, which for me honestly isn't that crazy, right? Because I'm not
It
trying to be that
depends.
guy. I don't want to be that guy, right? Mamushi's an outlier. At that point, we got to talk about in terms of the capacity and the efforts and the impact you had in the Mamushi battle. But let's take away Mamushi, right? Out of all these characters that's come across as Shinju, through and through, Sarada's the only one that straight up murdered a Shinju. You feel me?
And
There's no like There's no
how
like in
insane is
betweens
that?
about it. It's like, Kaoke came through and obliterated the head of Hidari. Boruto came through and sliced and diced the top half of Matsuri. Sarada on the brink of the whole entire team dying. Face like point is she obliterated and shredded a Shinju toe to toe without any problem whatsoever. And blame it on Ikimoto or if you want to, but that's in the story now. That's canonical. And every time she's used that power since, unless you stop her before it even activates, or she's already used it before within the last day,
Yeah, you
there's
can't stop
nothing
it.
there's nothing you can do to stop it. So now Ikimoto's in a position where you've given this character this cracked ability. It has to be for a reason. Koji in story said she has this ability and they need it in the future, so it's gonna be there for a reason, right? So it just it's like one of those things that just like it's an outlier because all the times in the past characters are having these power-ups, they're having these things, and it's like it's outliers. Like Madara's Mangekyo Sharingan is a whole different thing to like motherfucking Sasuke when he first got his Mangekyo. Like we start comparing him to Madara's Mangekyo, we compare that with Sasuke's amped up EMS. Like so it's like levels to this shit. And it can just be that, like, hey, bro, down the line, the nigga had a baby, and bro, that motherfucker just excruciating and leaking power, bro. Like Broly, like, come on, bro. Canonically, Broly was just born being like different.
All right, I guess if you want to compare Sarada to Broly, I guess that's the case. But shout out, I got Patrick Torres in a comment section. He says, I don't necessarily do this to other characters this much. We just discussed Sarada taking down a Shinju by herself. Hypothetically, if there was any other character that was essentially going against this many upper echelon characters consistently, Hidari, Ryu, even in his last one,
She
with
was
all
supposed to be
the
the one to kill
Mamushis.
Mamushi.
Yeah,
Yep.
she was supposed to be the person to actually end him. Like, if there was any other character doing all this, I'd be talking about them as well. But it's just the fact that Sarada is constantly in these situations, where
I'll
I
say
don't know
this.
why.
I'll say this, Bar, and I'll entertain. I won't say I agree with you a little bit, but I'll entertain your stance and your points a little bit because right now I want Sarada to rest her
Give me a
right
second.
eye. What's up?
What happened?
I think did he say give me a second?
I think so.
Yeah, he did. Well, I'll just continue on anyway. Right now, I want Sarada to rest her right eye, right? And to chill out on her Ohirame Jutsu. I like what Ikimoto did because she activates her Mangekyo, and we see a glance of her left eye, and we already are speculating within the community, what is her second ability? Is it support to the Ohirame, or is it a whole new ability on its own? This,
You see
that, and
that
the
they kind
third.
of like keep on cutting her off from using it. Every time she try to use it, they like
Yeah.
some adversary.
So it's like, is he gonna show us something new with her left eye or not? We're in that space, but I'll say this for Sarada as the character in prior to the Mangekyo, because going into the sand, this was my whole thing. Because I wasn't even thinking about Mangekyo being unlocked. That's how patient I am. I was just like, let's let these niggas know what's up. I want her to go back into her bag. Because part one, Sarada, I ain't gonna say she's like Sakura, but people think about like when Sakura fight, she ain't got jutsu like that. She ain't out, she dies. She like if we fighting,
Just
we go
straight
into the
fists,
definition.
all
Yeah,
hands.
go straight up hands and feet. The definition of fighting. And Sarada, a lot of her fights, she get down to it. She like fuck it. Fire style ain't working, lightning ball ain't working.
Hands low.
We getting gritty. Exactly. And it's kind of like with Boruto, because after Boruto learned the Rasengan, granted, at first he became a Rasengan merchant, and then he grew back into his confidence and became more adaptive with his skill set. Sarada learned that Chidori. I'm not saying I'm complaining because she been taking niggas out with it, but she learned that Chidori, and it's been Chidori season. It's been straight up
I mean,
fire
her dad was the
style.
same way though.
She
Once he
hit a
learned that
nigga with a
shit,
she hit a nigga with a fire style Phoenix ball jutsu and a Chidori, and she call it a day, and she going back home. That's what she been doing. So I've been like, I want to see her really flip something off they top. You know what I'm saying? So I like how we was getting a little bit of that in the Hidari fight, where she's using Chidori stream, she's grabbing Hidari, she's tossing them in the air. I'm like, let's get back to showing Sarada like flipping and kicking niggas and slapping domes off like we know she's capable of doing on top of her cracked Mangekyo ability. Because like it's been 2 years almost since we've seen her Mangekyo, and honestly and truly, since we've seen her Mangekyo, every fight she's been in, all we've seen her do was just the Mangekyo. So it's not like I'm saying I'm tired of it, because every time we see a hero mate, I fucks with it. It's crazy, but it's like it's so cracked of an ability. If you think about it, she hasn't literally taken a step in a fight since before waking up her freaking Mangekyo. So it's like we can get back to the basics where you was whooping feet, shorty. And your Chidori, like everything that she was doing before her Mangekyo already tells me she was on the precipice, if not already there, in terms of being a great shinobi on her own merit and strength. Because she's dodging Chidori from point blank range. She's reacting to all of these god tier opponents, and all of a sudden she's in the heat, in the midst of like death, life or death with her teammates. Someone just died in front of her eyes. She unlocks this cracked ability. She has the ego of a Uchiha. She got the pride of a Uchiha. So she operates in a different way. She's obviously more, you know what I'm saying? She appreciates her feminine side more, but we see the tsundere side to her. We see the stoicness to her, and she takes that egotistical or prideful side. She's gonna spam the Mangekyo because she's an Uchiha. At the end of the day, the Uchiha grew up in their blood. It's like, nigga, look at my eyes. Look what I can do. So every chance they get, they gonna show that off. And every opportunity Sarada has gotten since awakening her Mangekyo, she's shown it off. But Ikimoto himself, as a writer, can't forget that, like, bro, this character also has like, she has two bitches that'll really put a nigga in the ground, and I'm talking about her left and right. You feel me? So it's really deep.
Yeah, this guy and his wordplay is insane.
But I guess until Bar gets back, I was gonna get into the future parts of the.
I think he's back. No,
Is he? No, I
no,
don't think so.
Yeah.
No.
not go ahead.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm back. My bad. My bad.
Oh, okay. I was
Oh,
about to say I saw him go off of mute.
I had the wrong mic connect. Yeah, I'm back. My bad. I got some family. I had to connect it to Wi-Fi right quick. My bad.
No, you good.
Nah, you good, bro.
What was the question? though? I had to dip out right before you asked the question.
We were still touching on the Sarada aspect. I was just emphasizing more on like on her standpoints of where she is as a character with the power and stuff. But we're getting into like basically, I guess, tying into it like all of these future visions that we see Sarada in, because like essentially Ikimoto does uses this as a way to tell us what's about to happen in the upcoming arc. So like we see Sarada is going to be in a lot of predicaments here with Code, and Code has taken her somewhere. She's going to be in a predicament with Hidari, and it looks like she's still going to have a chance to activate her Mangekyo because we see her eyes are going to be bleeding and she has both of her Mangekyo active. So it's going to be crazy. I'm talking more so on stance like Ikimoto's keeping us on the edge of our seats with like, let's seeing what possible new ability her left eye could do, right, Baru? But
I hope so, but that'll just like further like the questioning I have.
Yeah. So I was gonna say, but I was like, but to basically, because while you're going, I was like, but I feel like what he should emphasize on as a writer is like her skill set that he already established her as a character for having, like prior to her relying on the Mangekyo so much, because she's already like, she was tough, man. Like I was on the thing, like
that part.
yeah. So basically, like that, I'm like, I ain't saying she became a Chidori merchant, but like she's feeding into that Uchiha ego and that Uchiha pride. She get these power-ups and she can't help but show it off every chance she get. So every battle she's going into is Chidori or Ohirume Mangekyo Sharingan. You know what I'm saying? Granted, fire style fireball, this is the go-to. That's like throwing a kunai for regular shinobi. So her doing Phoenix Ball and Fireball, that's cool. We haven't seen that since like chapter, I think 2 anyway. But well, now I lied. She did it against the Ryu battle. She did a lot of fire style jutsu, but it's like she got a lot in her bag, and even beyond that, is like she really be throwing hands, bro. Like we could see her just like, I feel like she could go hand to hand with Cole, and Cole might have to like dip a few times through his claw marks to dodge a few of these hits coming from
Like
Sarada.
why haven't she like created
Dance, what I'm
variations
talking
of her, like her abilities, like make a variation of the Chidori and stuff like that instead of just copy and pasting what her dad does?
Cause that nigga Sasuke done made like 18 variations. Like, I don't know. What else can she do? Boruto is just an anomaly. I don't know how that nigga done created his own Rasengans, but Sasuke done created the Chidori Senbon, the Chidori Stream, the Chidori Sword, like basically going straight out. It's like,
Yeah, a bunch of stuff. This should be the time where she starts to make her own Chidori abilities. Like even Boruto made like a couple of Rasengans already.
I'm about to say, like, Naruto had all the Rasengans you can think
Y'all
of.
want her
And
to put the
Boruto's
Chidori on her feet? I don't know what else she could do with the Chidori.
a compressed Chidori. I don't know, bro. Like, you know,
You can do a couple more.
what else could Boruto had done with the Rasengan? They found a way. Naruto had every change in chakra nature.
Because think about it, the fucking Chidori is damn near a Rasengan. Kakashi was trying to do it. He was fucking around, ended up setting his hand on lightning. He was like, oh,
his
damn.
hand on lightning.
Yeah, so it's like that's damn near a Rasengan variant in the soul. So it's like, how much variance can you make off a variant?
But the overall thing though, I don't necessarily think they could really do too much with Sarada. And again, it's gonna get back to make it seem like I'm hating on Sarada, all due respect to her. But like, I would think if she's in a taijutsu battle with Code, like it should be a GG. Shout out to Myth, it should be GG. Like, I'm sorry, like just off of like probably maybe like the first 5 panels, it's over. It should be that
With Code in hand-to-hand combat.
Yes, we're talking about
okay, all right. This is where I'm gonna have to lock in. All
right, so let's say hypothetically, Naruto in a hypothetical world, Naruto full power with 9 tails comes back, no Baryon mode. Sasuke full power with his Susanoo comes back, and Rinnegan comes back. Do we expect Sarada to beat them both in a taijutsu battle?
Yeah, all right. I'm not conceding this argument and debate. But,
no, but
I want to stick to Code versus Sarada specifically. Because we're gonna do this. I'm telling you what's gonna happen. We're gonna do this, and we're gonna spend 45 minutes on Sarada versus Naruto and Sasuke before we even touch on Code. So I'm just letting you know right now.
All I'm saying, even if, let's say, first things first, me personally, I would say she shouldn't. Just off of the fact that there is no, like, let's say, good storytelling reason as to why she should be moving that fast to not only be faster than Naruto and Sasuke, I guess combined at this particular point because they're both attacking her at the same time. We've seen how their combinations with Ishiki and Jigen went, but it's the fact that she's above that. Like, she's not even Jigen level; she's above Jigen.
So I'm all right. So I already like. All right, let's operate. Let's start from the first ground, right? Can we come to an agreement on how we perceive the power, at least for the sake of this argument, how we perceive the power scale? Because I'm not gonna say I grew past it, but like I'm out of the understanding where, like, let's say, because in early TBV, Boruto came back, we were like, oh snap, he's stronger than Jigen. Oh snap, Sarada's doing this, she's Jigen level, I'm past just saying like stuff like that, because I'm at a point where characters are showing me like
I want to put
either they're backing up the statements or they're not living up to them.
I want to put this into perspective for the chat. 8 Gates my guy, right? 8 Gates my guy gets blitzed by Delta. Flat out. He gets blitzed by Delta. 8 Gates my guy, taijutsu wise, beats everybody in Shippuden with a Mangekyo Sharingan. Point blank. And we're just talking about Delta being able to basically blitz him. So, like, further of that, Naruto, in my personal opinion,
you're using, all right, the thing about it, yes, but also you got to also think about it. You're using a strictly like a fighter who prioritizes taijutsu. So if a character is already simply stronger and faster than you, and your main asset is taijutsu, of course I'm gonna win. Of course, then when it's something like Delta and 8 Gates my guy, you could do something as simple as like, oh, Delta's mopping the floor. But if you say Delta and the Madara who got his ass whooped by 8 Gates my guy, it's like, you get a little bit more because it gets more technical. It gets more.
Think so. I think
where I'm at.
Blitzes Madara. Delta blitzes Amado just like Mike Guy did, and to be honest, she does it faster because she doesn't have to do all that loading up. Like she just blitzes him, and he can't regenerate because she has the beams that are light speed. I ain't gonna say lights because they call them photon beams. So I'm not gonna say that yet.
Yeah, they're not light speed, but her photon beams are deadly. I think if Madara gets hit by that, he might allow his ego to get struck. Like, I'm not saying she doesn't win that fight, but I'm saying like it's not as easy as to say Delta wins as when you do 8-gate guy versus Delta as
And
opposed to
and
6-pass
and
Madara versus Delta.
and again, I love Sarada, but listen to who we're comparing a regular Mangekyo Sharingan against. We're talking about Jinchuriki Madara with
She's
a
fighting
Rinnegan.
Ten Tails clones. Like she's already at a point where it's deeper
But
than rap.
but that's what I'm saying. How is she here? Again, if I guess I don't want people to come away with this and think I dislike Sarada, because from the beginning I've been saying she should be altered by scientific technology. She should be up here, but it should be through good reasons. It shouldn't necessarily be
It's like the
something.
same thing. It's like represented in a different way. But it's the same reason why a Super Saiyan 2 Broly has to go against two Super Saiyan gods that are fused. That already the fusion makes them into like one of their mainstream go-to to end half of the big bads they face in their lives. So not only they're fusing, but these niggas are in Super Saiyan God transformation and they're fighting
But,
a raged up Super Saiyan 2. So it's like shit.
but no one.
Sometimes a nigga just built different, and it's like
But no.
Sarada is presented in a different way, but like her
I
chakra, bro, she built different, bro. It's just potent. It's potent. Like, yeah, I'm finna start pushing the gender, bro. Sarada got potent chakra. That's why her chakra potency is crazy.
I'd be with you. I'd be with you if they said that in the series. With Broly, they said from the beginning, since birth, he was a legendary Saiyan. Oh my days, legendary Saiyan. This, and that. His lore has already been built up. They literally had to have
Sasuke told Boruto, Sarada awakened a great power, and then he also told Boruto, she and him will be the key to stop what's ever going on. So that's literally
PVV. We have like a whole series where she was just a regular Uchiha.
Bro. We can go over the impressive. It's like sometimes it's like we're like, cause bro, I'm a Russell Westbrook fan, bro. So I know how it be. So when Russell Westbrook was getting the triple doubles, people was just downplaying it because a nigga make it look regular. I get it. It's not extraordinary anymore. But the stuff she's doing, even pre-Mangekyo, it was still pretty extraordinary for what her class is considered, for what's expected of someone her age, not versus what we've seen and what we're used to, because we're following prodigies in Boruto, Kawaki, Mitsuki, and Shinki.
Yeah,
We got to think about it. It's
but
like we're looking at the top one. Looking at the top. We're looking at the top 10% who are among the top 1% of the top 10%. So we're not following the grand. No, because think how many people do you actually think graduate within the same age group and become ninja? Like aside from Sarada's class and Boruto's class, right? Do you think that was the only class within the ninja? It wasn't the only class in the Ninja Academy. But these are the characters we're focusing on, because out of, let's say, the 50 students that graduated, these 13, and then breaking down even within that 13, this specific 4, we're following them, and the things that we see them do are regular to us because we see them do it constantly. But at the same time, they're already starting at a different level.
My thing is, we're comparing them to their peers. I mean, to people, to other Gennings or academy students. I get it. Like hypothetically, if Itachi was in that class, he'd be more of a prodigy than Sarada. But she literally could one tap Itachi, just like without even moving an inch. Like she could obliterate Itachi. But so that's what I'm saying. I get the fact, and to be honest, I do want to give credit.
So let's take away her Ohirume Jutsu, right? How would you describe her fighting style?
I'd say just like part one, not part one, just like part one Sasuke. But
see, I think you're also forgetting that 24/7, like especially when she's fighting, she's using chakra the same way Sakura and Tsunade use chakra. So on top of her saving chakra to do jutsu like fire style, fireball jutsu, Chidori, and the Phoenix, and all this, when she's throwing a punch, she's not throwing a regular ninja punch. She's throwing a Sakura and Tsunade punch.
I can't let you get away with that.
What do you mean you can't? Like, it's been like that's how she fights, bro. Like that's why I'm asking.
perfect chakra control Itachi. I don't know if he beats Madara. Like, and we're saying we're comparing that level to Itachi. Like, Sarada part 1 is not even Itachi. Like,
Is
just
Tsunade stronger? Is Tsunade physically stronger than Itachi? Yes or no?
That's close. I'd say yes, but it's close.
Physically, I'm not talking about like in terms of power
Physically,
scale.
yeah.
Yes.
Physically,
So that's what I'm
his
saying.
punch.
So I'm saying Sarada's physical stats are astronomical. Like,
But
there's
let's go with that example. I don't know if her punch is stronger than Madara's.
did Madara not attest Tsunade and her strength and her physical strength?
Yeah, but did he say it was stronger than his?
He didn't say it. No. At that point, that's not the point we're making though. But I'm talking about the relevancy.
No, I get the relevant, but I'm saying it's relevant to who? It's
In
relevant
Sarada's, because I asked you to describe her fighting style. You said part 1 Sasuke, and I'm like, you forget, like, she implements this into her fighting style, like the natural chakra control in terms of physical punch, like the fighting style that Tsunade essentially either created or became famous and known for, that Sakura adapted and became just as famous for, that Sarada inherited and adapted and is known for using. I'm saying, like, they're just as like we have multiple points in time where Naruto is, mind you, gag moments, but both in manga and in anime, multiple times where Sakura does something casually and Naruto is either saying to the audience or to himself, yeah, I'm never gonna piss her off. Boruto does the same thing. He's like, yeah, I'm never. He only does it with 2 people. He literally does it with Himawari and Sarada. He's like, yeah, I'm never gonna piss them off. Like, let's make sure we don't get them mad. He says it. It has to be a reason he's saying that. There has to be.
I mean, for comedic value, to be honest, same thing with
aside from comedic value in the realistic sense, like, this is a Naruto, like all right, let's say this.
I don't necessarily think they're it's like they're afraid to like actually take a hit from him. It's like they know, like, if it comes down to them, they could pack him. My thing with Sarada, I get where you're coming from. Perfect chakra control, but even hypothetically, let's say part 2 Sasuke had perfect chakra control. He shouldn't be this. He shouldn't be this.
He's different from Sarada, bro. He's
but how?
Different.
But that's what I'm saying. How? If they, I want them to explain it, and I do want to give credence to Mel's opinion on this. He essentially believes that because, of course, Uchihas, they get stronger with, I guess, the power of love. I don't necessarily want to make it sound like that, but it gets stronger with more love. And of course, Sarada grew up in a time of peace, and now because everything essentially went bad, especially right before the time skip happened, that essentially gave her a bunch of Zenkai boosts. If you want to say it, that's the reason why she's significantly stronger. I want the board to rise to let me know. I want the board to rise to tell me that, like, in a situation like this.
Them saying so.
No,
literally,
no, it's not that. It's not that.
So I'm trying to break it down, Bart, because they're telling us throughout the entire story, because there's multiple times they're mentioning how crazy strong her dojutsu is on its own, and you're already bringing up the points where it's like, it's just a Mangekyo, so how is she? But they're telling us it's a crazy strong Mangekyo, like, it's an anomaly. Basically, it's an anomaly. How do we explain the anomaly?
All right, so that's fine. Let's say we just say, hey, the Mangekyo Sharingan is an anomaly. We can't necessarily question the Mangekyo Sharingan. How is she reacting to Hidari?
Prior to her Mangekyo, that's a test to her own merit and strength. So that's what I was saying. That's what I said earlier.
Free game, come on.
Free game. Did I not bring this up?
What's up?
Free game. Did I not go on a rant about this when Bara has stepped out, specifically about the portions of Sarada before activating her Mangekyo Sharingan and emphasizing her strengths?
But what the strengths compared to what?
You just said it. She's dodging and reacting to a 10 tails level opponent before even awakening her Mangekyo.
I'm asking, how did she get there?
If we want to
see what I'm saying. That's the reason.
Okay. So are you just assuming?
What happened?
Are we just assuming Sarada never trained in the last 3 years? Are we just assuming because Ikimoto didn't show it to us?
What possible training is taking her to above Jigen levels?
I hear him.
There is no possible training. training? What
What
who was your
training?
trainer?
Okay,
Who
so
was
okay,
your trainer? Kashin Koji?
justify,
But I mean,
justify,
Boruto, all he learned was the
justify,
Uchiha style already, and he
justify
got 10
Boruto
times
making
stronger.
it to justify Boruto making it to Jigen level over the 3
That's what I'm
years. I want to
saying.
hear. I want to hear how you justify it though, Bar. Go ahead.
Yeah, because all he learned was the Uchiha style, really. Like, how is that really putting him up leagues above where he began at?
No. Just the Uchiha style still had him running from Koji.
Oh, bro, they were
Both
eating
him and
crazy shit
Sasuke.
too. So maybe that's why.
Both Boruto and Sasuke could not take on Code even after they learned the Uchiha style. The only reason why Boruto is here right now is because of Kashin Koji. Hypothetically, if you tell me Sarada throughout the time skip trained with Kashin Koji, I'd say, you know what, okay, I'm fine with her being this level. But they never said that.
Only thing that Koji taught him though was the flying Raijin though. Like there is no instances. Where in the chapters does he say he learned anything else from Koji? He said that he just sped up his training for the flying Raijin. That's the only thing I see.
It was
like I could be wrong.
It was multiple things. It was multiple things.
What was the multiple things? So like put me on game.
I don't necessarily know any. I don't necessarily know the examples off the head, but I know for a fact it wasn't just the flying Raijin.
So you're justifying. So you're justifying Boruto being Jigen level all because he trained with Kashin Koji for 2 years.
Yes. 100%.
How does Koji equate to Jigen level? The same man that needed to fight a 10%
well, like
Jigen
he
and barely be strong enough to beat him.
It's not Koji. It's all of Boruto's futures. It's not Koji. It's not Koji.
Like,
it's Boruto. It's all of Boruto's futures.
Instead of learning in the future, I'm gonna teach you this shit right now.
So all right. So this is the thing. No. This is the reason I'm alluding to, Bar, because Boruto essentially learned jutsu from Koji. Jutsu that he would have learned years down the line, granted, but he learned jutsu from Koji. Now, this jutsu, granted, in turn, upon learning them, they make him stronger because he goes through experience and training and learning these jutsu. Regardless, nothing special about what Koji did to Boruto, other than the fact that he gave him the steps to learn jutsu. And Boruto decided to train day in and day out. So he's just learning new jutsu. So Sarada having the same 3 years with a lot on her mind, already being an Uchiha, already establishing all of these lores that were built up in OG Naruto. And she's just as much a prodigy as Boruto. She don't have nobody telling her, oh, these are future jutsu. But what's taking away from the intensity of her training over the 3 years versus Boruto's training over the 3 years? That's what I'm because
he isn't I'm not because Sarada isn't privy to all the future abilities she's going to get. And to be honest, we are attributing a level of headcanon to Boruto's training as well, simply because there are possibilities in the future where Boruto learns how to move to this superhuman speed and superhuman strength. I'm giving him that also because of the fact that Boruto barely, I ain't gonna say barely, but he's not really like a screen time demon in Boruto TBV. They're not really explaining too much of Boruto's backstory about what he learned and stuff like that. Whereas Sarada, I feel like we know pretty much most of what she essentially is. And to be hypothetically, if you're saying, hey, she had some crazy training with some sort of trainer, I'd like to know. I'd like to know specifically what that was. And to be honest, before we even got into the discussion, I said, what did Sarada train with Kashin Koji? Because I believe if she trained with Kashin Koji, I'd say, you know what? I agree. She should be at this level, but she didn't.
I just brought somebody up who wants to give their 2 cents, 5 cents, and don't make pennies no more. So,
That's
what up? What up, Ryzen?
Oh shit! What's going on, Ryzen?
Back from the dead.
Barely.
Yeah, I hear it in your voice, bro.
Yeah, 100%. Hope you're doing good, my guy.
I'm much better. Thanks for asking. But I just wanted to throw in my few cents. You gotta remember that at the end of the day, Dojutsu are just tools. Like, we can't really cap them and say, oh, this is just the Sharingan or this is just the MS, because it depends on the user. And we went through this in Shippuden. I'm sharing my screen right now, where even
hold on. Got you. Let me add it to the stage. What the hell? Why don't want to let me? Hold on. Let me remove mine. There you go.
Where even Zetsu talks about it. That was fast. Itachi's won. How can you tell? Sasuke's in the Tsukuyomi. He's paralyzed.
Can y'all
Itachi
hear?
can do whatever he
I'm sorry.
wants. Itachi says, "You broke through my Tsukuyomi." Zetsu says, "How come Sasuke isn't down for the count? Because he didn't get hit with the Tsukuyomi. He broke through it. What? Someone who only has ordinary Sharingan isn't supposed to be able to win against the Mangekyo." And then Black Zetsu says, "The ordinary Sharingan is still a weapon, and a weapon can either be strong or weak depending on the ability of the person wielding it. Someone carrying Shuriken might still lose to pebbles thrown by an adept, so the point is their variance in strength, that Sasuke's talent has exceeded Itachi's imagination." So,
I
we
understand that. I understand that. My question stemmed from how she got there. And to be honest, yes, the Mangekyo Sharingan is one thing because I believe the Ohirame in itself is probably probably the strongest Mangekyo Sharingan ability we've ever seen. Is probably stronger than Rinnegan abilities. But how did she get this adept? How is she reacting to Hidari?
But we can say that to a lot of characters. Like, even think about Part 1 Boruto. Would Part 1 Sasuke have pushed Boro that far if he was in Sarada's place?
Let's say again.
Would Part 1 Sasuke have pushed Boro that far if we put him in Part 1 Sarada's place?
In Sarada's place? I think
Yes.
so. I think he probably takes down Boro, to be honest.
Really?
I don't think we see Borishiki. If it's Sasuke plus Kawaki plus Mitsuki plus Boruto, I don't think we see Borishiki.
So would you say Part 1 Kakashi is stronger than Boro?
Part 1 Kakashi? I wouldn't say that. No.
Because Part 1 Kakashi is still strong enough to where if he was there in Final Valley, he would have taken Sasuke out. So
I don't know about that. Part 1 Kakashi was afraid of Orochimaru.
yeah, but Orochimaru isn't like Sasuke isn't Orochimaru in Part 1.
Nah, I
You
get
gotta
that,
remember that.
but if we're saying that version of Kakashi could have possibly taken out Mangekyo Sharingan, Sasuke,
But that's
I,
but that's not what we're talking about. What we're talking what I said is Part 1 Sasuke. So Final Valley Sasuke. Put him
I was
in
thinking about the wrong thing. Go ahead, my bad. Go ahead, say it again.
if you put end of Part 1 Sasuke
Mhm.
in the Team 7 fight instead of Sarada, do you think Sasuke gets that far like Sarada did against Boro?
Oh, my bad. I'm thinking about adult Sasuke. Apologies, big apologies. I don't know. I don't think so. I'd say. I mean, matter of fact, damn, I have no idea. To be honest, I never really thought of that version of Sasuke versus peak. I mean, not that version of Sarada. My bad. Versus peak Sasuke in Part 1.
Because you're right, we can question the nuance with adult Sasuke at 100%. But if we're talking about kid Sasuke, where Sasuke has repeatedly said that she's been outpacing him at a similar age, and we know Sasuke doesn't give credit lightly, we would have to be really microscopic on like what Sasuke could do in that Boro situation.
Well,
Especially
yeah.
consider what did the anime make it so that she had 2 Tomoe? So like depending on what you do it as. In the manga she has 3 Tomoe, and in the anime she has 2, so then there's the added factor of which one you want to use.
Yeah, one of the things with Sasuke and Sarada, to be honest, she's a better leader. So in a situation like that, I think she's probably better suited for that specific team. Now, obviously, Sasuke himself, he'd be significantly better with the Chidori, significantly better with the Sharingan, stuff like that. But for the overall premise of the mission that they were on, let's be honest, that version of Sasuke is not doing anything against Boro himself. I think that version of Sasuke might try to ego everyone else and just try to blitz Boro. So, like, yeah, I think.
And then we also got
given that, I'd say Sarada is better in that situation.
I agree, because we also gotta think about it that for Sasuke to reach even decent levels, he would need to use Curse Mark V2 at that point. And we know for a fact that Part 1 Sasuke couldn't really use V2 for that long of a time. Like, even he was feeling the strain of it. Meanwhile, Sarada is reaching, at the very least in Part 1, those higher tiers of powers just on her own strength. She's not using an external transformation like Sasuke did. So we even have to consider that.
Yeah,
Exactly.
And
I
it's
just
just
said that.
it's just ceiling, because we got to remember there are people that don't need a lot of training, or like what's the word? I don't want to say unique.
There's naturals. She's a natural.
Yeah, like for
It comes
example,
naturally to her.
Naruto needed freak training. He needed to go to Mount Miyaboku. He needed to do the shadow clone stuff. When someone like, for example, Boruto, it came naturally to him. He naturally skipped steps. He naturally didn't need that much training. He only needed that much training when it came to these crazy external threats. I'm not saying Sarada is as strong as Boruto, but she seems to have been able to reach a high enough level to where she can handle higher level threats just on her own. And of course, would we like to see her have this like crazy Hokage training with Kakashi? Sure, but it seems like she's just been able to do it alone, and we've had other characters do similar things in their own era.
I've never seen any other character do similar things in their own era. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say that, but what I would say is the era that we're in, it shouldn't be naturally achievable. And if we're comparing Sasuke, I get it's a good comparison, because Sasuke, we see Sasuke currently in Boruto as this as this crazy figure. But even Sasuke shouldn't be doing anything to a Hidari, all due respects. He shouldn't be doing anything to Arayu, all due respects. These characters are above Jigen,
but the question,
who Sasuke couldn't necessarily touch without Naruto. I mean, even with Naruto, I mean.
But the question becomes, who said this shouldn't be achievable? Who said just because Hashirama and Madara were top tier that no one would surpass them? Sure, it took a while, but Naruto and Sasuke surpassed them. What was the topic? What was the topic in the 5 Kage Summit? Oh, this new gen ain't up to snuff. What did Naruto say? Nah, give him time. They'll surpass us. And what have we seen? They have been consistently outperforming the old gen at the same age. Even like look at Boruto. Look at even Sarada. To become a Jonin, you need mastery of 2 elemental chakra natures. Now, Boruto as a new genin had 3. As an academy student had 2. Sarada also had elemental training. They also had chakra control training. This is something.
I can't let you get that off. I can't.
I mean, Sasuke.
I love you, my guy, Rising, but Sasuke got a Sage 6 pass amp. He got a Rinnegan amp. Sarada isn't nowhere near that.
She's born from that, bro. At the same time, like that's his daughter.
But it goes back. It goes back to what?
So does she have Sage 6 pass power?
But it goes back to what?
That's not what I'm saying, bro.
And it goes back.
If she did, I'd be able to accept it. If she did, I wish she did.
It goes back to what so many characters in the Narutoverse have told us. These are only crutches. These are only tools. At the end of the day, just because someone has a Rinnegan doesn't mean they're always going to be top tier power. Even one of the Sakura novels talks about how Gaara says that, oh shit, I've seen so many ninjas with bloodlines, but they haven't accomplished half the shit Sakura has, who comes from no bloodline.
It's not just the Rinnegan. It's not just the Rinnegan. It's what the Sage 6 pass amp gave to Sasuke. He was able to blitz Madara after he got the amp. Before the amp, he wasn't blitzing Madara. Like 100%. Sasuke is a different guy. He's a different guy after that specific amp. It's not just the Rinnegan.
100%.
So like, even without the Rinnegan, he's still super amped.
But we gotta remember, times change. When technology progresses, when knowledge progresses, things are gonna change. I mean, just look at Amado. He's building shit that are stronger than the Sage of 6 pass. We thought the Sage of 6 pass was the upper tier of power. He's just a filthy half-breed now.
But that's one of the other things I said. I said if Amado,
that's crazy.
If Amado altered Sarada, I'd be able to accept it. I wish that's one of the things I want to happen. I wanted Sarada to be part scientific technology. I want her to take advantage of all the new technology that we do have in this, I guess, 21st century of Boruto in the Narutoverse. But we've never seen any of that.
But see, why can't Sarada just be a freak like Himawari? Himawari was just a genetic freak. Why can't Sarada just have a higher?
But we know why she's a genetic freak. She has a different level of I forgot what they called, but
compatibility.
Compatibility.
But that's because of her genetics. What's to say Sakura's genetics didn't just amp up the Sasuke genetics.
But how? Through what mechanism? We have the answer with Himawari. Like if Himawari in the next chapter gets like, let's say, I know some people think that she might not get this, but like if she gets KCM 1 in the next chapter, and then she's basically destroying Hidari plus Code in a 2v1, I'm not gonna have too much to say against that because they've explained.
But right now,
there.
Barrett, you think Himawari could whoop Sarada right now?
I'm gonna say yeah.
That's
Okay,
to be honest,
question.
That's crazy.
Jiraiya comes from a no-name clan.
Chat, y'all hear this?
He a non-special person. How did he get so strong?
I don't think they.
How did Minato forget that? How did Minato get so strong, bro?
Minato's some no-name dude, no-name orphan. So,
again, I don't know if they fully went into the backstory of both of them. Like these are old gen ninjas that we don't have all the.
But we do. Jiraiya couldn't comprehend Orochimaru because Orochimaru's parents died when he was a kid. Meanwhile, Jiraiya was in that same boat as Naruto. He was a no-name person who.
But there's a bunch of time skips in their, I guess, development that we can't really account for.
Yes, but even then,
with Sarada, we can account.
It goes back to genetics. Like if we're talking about like genetics, like why can't someone just naturally have a high ceiling? Jiraiya is just a normal civilian like Sakura.
But even if we're comparing her to these characters, they're still below even an 8 Gates Might guy. We're above Jigen, and she's smacking these guys.
But see, we still have outliers.
Pick up thing. The genetic anomalies are below 8 Gates Might guy who gets fondled by Delta. Those are the genetic anomalies.
But you got to remember that the anomalies scale to what's going on in their generation. I mean, look at Minato. Minato's some no-name dude who's a freak who just kept getting stronger and only had his potential cut because he had to off himself to steal Kurama. So like even look at Minato. He didn't really do much, and he was just great, like right off the bat. I mean, what's the excuse for Minato to be that strong? What's the excuse for Minato to be this near perfect ninja? Well, even Naruto says that if this man was allowed to reach his prime, this shit that we went through wouldn't have happened. So where's the Minato justification?
He's a perfect ninja and still gets obliterated by 8 Gates Might guy.
And we don't even know that because we gotta remember.
I know.
We gotta remember if Madara only wanted to fight Guy, that's the only reason that fight went on as long as it did. If Guy's going 8 gates, Minato's just gonna flying Raijin out of there. But Guy can die. Like at that point, Guy's just dead.
All right, let's say he loses to Madara, the Jinchuriki Madara, and Jinchuriki Madara is still getting fondled by Delta. So it's like, and again, Madara was a genetic anomaly, amped by the 10 tails, and still doesn't hold a candle to Delta or some fodder. Like these are the genetic anomalies.
See, that's the thing. I wouldn't say that, bro. I wouldn't say that.
Stop it.
I wouldn't say that.
All right, so
and like at this point, and like I said, I called it. I said we were gonna spend so much time on this because I was like, the main point we're even trying to get to is to justify Sarada potentially versus a Code or a Hidari. I'm trying to wrap my head around why you consider it so wild that Sarada will be able to beat the brakes off of Code after it's already been established that she could take out a higher tier opponent than Code.
Yeah, I think you guys are thinking my problem stems from her potentially being able to beat Code. It stems from her being up here in the first place. Like this isn't the first time I brought this up.
In terms of his justification, bro. Like, but
quick question.
Everything has been laid out.
She can't even beat Code though. Like, honestly, it's her Mangekyo that's really putting her over the. How you get captured? Oh well, I guess she was supposed to be supposed to be bait for Code. But
me and Black Uchiha was just having the discussion about a taijutsu battle with Sarada and Code.
She beating the brakes off of Code, bro.
Listen
She's
what
beating the
he's saying.
brakes off of Code. Like
Listen to what
she's,
he's saying.
I don't know how it's crazy. What she's being so first of all, right now,
Well, do you think she just
off
got
rip,
captured just because of
right?
Naruto's plan? Then
No,
of just
Well,
being
yeah,
like
well,
bait?
she purposely got captured, but
Right.
the plan wasn't to get the pins taken away, which Code did. It was
Yeah.
to everyone's surprise. But I'm saying, like, if we're talking about the taijutsu battle, Bara, straight up hand for hands,
Yeah.
what had like at this point, why would I believe that Sarada can't stand up to the likes of this guy Code?
No, you're absolutely correct. If you'd asked me, would Sarada beat Code in a 1v1 just taijutsu, I'm gonna say I don't know. And I think that's the problem in itself. It's not the fact that she's it's not necessarily the fact that I think she's always gonna lose in the future. No, it's why is she up here in the first place?
Okay, but quick
How is
question,
she
Laura.
taijutsu battling 1v1 with Code and I don't know who's gonna win? How?
Okay, but quick question before I gotta dip and rest my voice. Do you think Ryu and Matsuri are in the same ballpark when it comes to those two Shinju? Same
I'd
ballpark
say
of
no.
power.
I'd say no.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
Would you say
Matter of
Ryu
fact,
and Matsuri are in a similar ballpark of power?
Matter of fact, I changed my mind. I'd say yes, but from the things that we've seen from Matsuri, that's not the full power Matsuri.
Okay, but like, would you say they're similar? Would you say what's your stance? Would you say Matsuri's stronger?
They're fairly similar. I'd probably say Ryu's stronger, just because that's my guy Shinken. Of course, the Iron Sand itself causes some hacks that I guess Matsuri just doesn't have.
So would you say Sarada is stronger than Gaara?
Yeah.
So we can admit that she's at the very least above that high Kage tier of power.
Yeah.
The same Gaara who was able to with a team deal with Kinshiki. We can argue if Gaara got stronger within the last 3 years or not. But we can argue that 15-year-old Sarada
1v1 Sarada beats Momoshiki. So what are you discussing? I know that. This isn't anything new here. My question is, how is she here?
I see your point, but let me choose my explanation carefully here. Let me use a Dragon Ball reference. Okay, so you know Goten, right? Forgettable,
yeah.
But you know Goten.
Damn,
okay, so
forgettable is crazy.
I mean, he kind of is low key.
No
but Goten had a higher ceiling than Goku and even Gohan, and he just existed. So like, why? Like, I'm not saying it's good writing or bad writing, but why can't the child of a character just end up with a higher ceiling just because? I mean, they all said it. Like, everyone's been saying Sarada has a higher ceiling. Sasuke has talked about it. Naruto has talked about it in general to like most of the Leaf kids. So why, if we've seen it done in multiple stories, why can't it just be that? I mean, Goten was a Super Saiyan that's 7. And
yes, I think it's I'm going to think it's different in Naruto and Sasuke's case. They're both what's it called? Not resurrections. They're both reincarnations of Madara and Hashirama. They were both ant by sages.
But they're not. Past. We gotta remember, just because you're a reincarnation of Ashura and Indra does not mean you're a reincarnation of Madara and Hashirama.
Well, that's what I meant.
Reincarnation.
You're right.
The reincarnation situation is not like, okay, this is Indra's current life. This is Ashura's current life. Their situation is just their chakra is attached to Naruto and Sasuke. They did not get stronger by being the reincarnations. It just allowed them to meet with Hagoromo, and it also gave them that fate to fight. So them being the reincarnates, it does not power them up at all. They have to actually reach that point to where Hagoromo is going to step in. So it doesn't really do anything for them at all.
I get that, but I'm just giving you the idea. We even I'll say that right after my example next. But they were ant by sages 6 packs. We always talk about was Naruto strictly all hard work, or was he chosen? It wasn't just the fact that Naruto was just working hard and he found a way to overcome his shortcomings. No, in a way where he had that long reign against Neji, it's like you're given your destiny. Arguably, this was Naruto's destiny.
But you gotta
Naruto's not a
remember.
regular guy. Sasuke's not a regular guy.
But you gotta
so
remember.
just assuming that their offsprings are gonna be this good. That's not regular. Madara's child wasn't this good. Minato's child, of course, was this good, but Hashirama's child was damn sure not this good.
But we gotta remember, at least in Naruto's case, why did he get the Sage Six Pat's powers? Because he befriended the tailed beasts. That's through Naruto's own character and own will. Like we can say, like it's funny because people always say, "Oh, if I had the Nine Tails, I could do this and that." But Kiba's not befriending Nine Tails. Kiba's not doing that stuff, even if he was strong. That's something that Naruto did through his personality and his willpower. Like he befriended Four Tails. You can only get you can only get that Sage mode if you have all 9 pieces of Tailed Beast chakra.
100%. And again, reasons as to why I'm not complaining why Naruto is this strong. Hypothetically, if Sarada went through all those character development moments, if Sarada went through all those power boosts, if she went through all those trainings, I'd have no problems. We even talked about him and Wadi. I have no problem with him and Wadi, and because they explained it. They haven't explained this with Sasuke. I can't just say, oh, it's just because the next generation is stronger. That's not always the case.
I mean,
it's also been implemented in Naruto. Like, it's not all about like your physical strength stats. Like, a lot of times it's your hacks that put you over a lot of people too. So Sarada's like hacks.
But then don't forget.
But when we're having but when we're having the conversation of a taijutsu battle with Code, and I genuinely don't know if Code can beat her. That's what we're talking about.
I'm probably gonna get hate. But I think Cole can take her. Like, to just straight hands taijutsu, if she's not using her Mangekyo, I think Cole can take her, honestly.
So look at it like this, bro. If we look at it like this, right now, Sarada versus Cole straight taijutsu. She can take on Cole. So even within TBV, so boom, she established on grounds that she can react to the likes of someone like Kadari, right? Before even realizing that she had a Mangekyo Sharingan, right? So she retaps into that power and awakens the Dojutsu. And once the Mangekyo awakens, it gives you a boost in chakra as well as the abilities and stuff. But it gives you a boost in chakra and speed and all of that extra
strength.
All of that. So my whole thing was like, even prior to this whole Mangekyo Sharingan mumbo jumbo, right? Sarada's fighting style was already established to like be up in there in your face. Like she's a hand-to-hand fighting style, close to mid-combat fighting style fighter. Like that's just what she is. It's not like it's like this thing that's just popping up out of nowhere. Like since episode 1 in the anime, which I know we've all watched, we've reviewed the episodes too. And chapter 1 of the manga, the parts they're showing us is like she's a brawler. So off of the strength of that alone, without even reaching back, because half of her power-ups, like she's different from Boruto and Boruto and Kawaki got things that are being established within this story. Sarada's being powered up off of lore that was established back in the 90s when Kishimoto first wrote the story. It's just that in our minds as a fan base, people are putting limitations on these things because they were established so far back when. But it's like, it's a separate title, but it's like still the same story. It's continuing on like what's going on from the past. So all of that, even just to say, is like, we established Sarada, like she's established as a brawler early on. Every iteration, like from Naruto Gaiden all the way up to part 1 Boruto, she's close to mid-range fighter. She has all this potential. She has crazy hype as little Uchiha and all of this goodness with her eyes and all of this stuff going on. So like everything has been laid out from the front. So you can't be like, what's the reason if it's already there? And then already establishing, okay, Ikimoto didn't physically show us Sarada training on the panels within the 3-year time skip. That true. But the only person we see physically training is Boruto, and that's only in the couple panels that we get to see him in with Sasuke, and the ones where he's learning the flying Raijin with Koji. So it's like, I don't know what else you want other than the things like things are being said that are justifying Himawari and justifying Boruto. Like
Well,
these are statements in the story, bar. So the statements and the things that are being said for Sarada is like, how can that not justify her? Like even like
because
if
this
you go with Himawari, because you said you're fine with Himawari. Everything we got with Himawari is literally statements being told to us.
Yes, I have no problem if there were statements of Sarada having some crazy. Again, if they just said with one page or one panel, just explain that hey, over the time skip she trained with Kashi Koji. I have no problem with this. Absolutely none. And another thing, comparing her arc to Sasuke is I'm never gonna accept that.
Goodness.
All due respect to Sasuke, he wasn't stronger than Itachi. And I guess you could say, hey, we don't really know how strong Itachi was going to be. But we've seen Itachi at 15. We've seen Itachi at 16. Of course, he was crazy. He had crazy hacks, but he was nowhere close to a Hidari or nowhere close to a Jigen. Sasuke had amps, like crazy Sage of 6 pass level amps to where he got here. If you're telling me Sasuke, I'm not Sasuke, if you're telling me Sarada has some sort of remnants of Sage of 6 pass chakra, I tell you, all right. I'd say, okay, she's tapping into that. That's why she's here. But they haven't told me that.
I mean, to be fair, Naruto and Sasuke are like what 0.0000001% Otsutsuki, and they surpassed the progenitor of their powers.
I'm just on the thing where it's like with Sarada, like I don't know, is like does the word like so prodigy means nothing because she's been called a prodigy right alongside Boruto since like the early stages.
It means a lot, but in comparison to other prodigies of ninja, not
so you're saying because they're getting these
Otsutsuki.
outside power-ups and everything that Sarada's getting is something she was born with. That must be because like her power-ups is coming from her natural training and the fact that she now has her Mangekyo Sharingan a lot.
Yes,
like that's what she has.
Because I'm going to compare her to other Uchihas who had natural training in Sharingans, the Itachis, the Madars, the Shisu.
But her training isn't the same as theirs. Like she's undergoing different circumstances than any previous Uchiha has undergone before her.
What are those circumstances?
World-ending threats and life-changing events. It's like the entire scale. The entire scale is different. Are we not agreeing that the entire scale is different?
But how did that impact her training? Was she able to train alongside?
Okay, so if we even
we were talking about Goten. Goten was able to train alongside Goku, who was a Super Saiyan. But was she able to train alongside the Otsutskis?
Literally, the Uchiha's power equates to their life circumstances. That's how their power up goes. That's how that even equates to the reason behind their entire Mangekyo Sharingan coming into being. It equates to their life circumstances and what they desire most within their heart. Well, that only equates to literally what you've seen and experienced with your own eyes. The things that Sarada has seen and experienced with her own eyes is different than any predecessor that came before her in her clan. So undergoing that fact, equating that to her natural power up as an Uchiha and her dojutsu, tying that into her training, like that's already a whole different thing, bro. So
but also sorry to cut you off, Black, but I was gonna say, don't forget, Ikamoto likes to reference Dragon Ball a lot, and we've had situations where they've gotten immensely stronger in a fraction of the time when they know they have a threat coming. I mean, look at Goku from Dragon Ball. In 3 years, he went from like a power level of 200 something to like 400, and in less than a year, the Z Fighters went to a power level in the thousands because they knew they were gonna face this existential threat. And we know Sarada and Mitsuki, on their baseline when they were talking, they said, "Oh shit, we gotta get this power to be relative to the Otsutsuki, or we're not gonna be able to do anything." And Mitsuki even says, "We have to get stronger, both of us. In order to face a mighty Otsutsuki, we need just as much power and resolve too." And this was even before Sarada had the resolve of what happened with Boruto with omnipotence.
So then you tie that into the lore of the Uchiha and their basic power-ups. Does that not equate to her life experience and her desires? Which also equates to why her Mangekyo Sharingan turns out so OP. And just in general, like I said, I'm gender pushing now why her chakra is so potent. Because if you want a general reason why she's so strong and why she's on this level, the basic explanation is that her chakra potency is simply up there. Her attacks, her power, her speed, her dynamics, her reaction, her chakra levels allows her to be able to operate on these levels with these other top tier opponents. So thus, that's your answer right there. And all of the reasoning backs. Like, I don't know what like even just saying she was training with someone, like how does that change in terms of you reaching the level that you reached? Like we seen what Koji can do, and we saw it with Inojin firsthand. He taught Inojin a new jutsu. Now, Inojin has a new hacks up his sleeve, but did Inojin get any stronger?
No,
No, he did not get any stronger. So it's
but
like
that's even. I
everything
guess
that
that.
Boruto did, it equates to his effort and his merit, the work that he himself put in over the 3 years.
No, I can't let you get that off. Because again, Inojin didn't have all the possible futures that Boruto has. There's possible future that Boruto follows sort of hacks that allows him to move with these superhuman speed and strengths. And specifically with the Sarada thing, I can't let you get that off specifically because we don't necessarily know specific. Going back to the Dragon Ball Z reference, I can't let you get that one off because specifically, if we're comparing, I guess, the Z fighters to Sarada, we'd have to compare the villains that they were fighting in the Dragon Ball Z to, like, let's say a Frieza. I mean, we'd have to compare, I guess, the Shinju to Frieza level characters because they're above their Otsutskis. They're the aliens. They're like the actual people that are the final bosses. Jigen was the final boss, and they're all above him. That's basically that's how I see it. I guess you could say Vegeta at one point was the final boss. And then they again maybe eventually some further down the line they surpass him, but I wouldn't necessarily compare him to a Vegeta. They weren't necessarily that far as to where Sarada in part 1 was that far from, like, let's say a Jigen. The gap that Sarada covered was significantly higher than the gap that, let's say, a Piccolo covered to actually get up there. Black Joe, you heard
I'm back.
me?
Yeah, I'm back. I had went out for the audio, my fault. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was saying the gap that Sarada covered to actually get up to, let's say, the Shinju level above Jigen is significantly higher than the gaps that Piccolo covered to actually get to, let's say, the low level Ginyu Force. Like, the gaps were nowhere comparable. Like,
But I'm not gonna lie. Before my guy Ryzen dipped out, I appreciate that he brought up that panel though. It was like in part 1, Sarada already established what she was aiming for from her training from that point forward to fight high level, not Otsutsuki, a high level Otsutsuki, meaning an Otsutsuki she ain't never even seen before. She needs to get ready to fight powers she can't fathom.
That's fine. Keeper said a lot of things in part 1 as well. That's fine.
So no, I'm saying I'm not. No, I understand that, but like we understand the result. Like it's different. Like let's be for real. But
explain it.
I'm saying though. So like taking that into account, it's like no matter how strong hypothetically, let's say Sarada is getting throughout her training, right? She's always gonna reach a point where like she maybe realizes she's stronger, but she's gonna be like, that's not enough. She needs to get stronger. If she feels like she can get stronger, she's gonna be like, I need to get stronger, right? And she already broke just in chapter 21, mind you, it's been 2 years for us, but it's been a couple weeks in their time, right? She just broke through a mental obstacle in terms of unlocking her Mangekyo and accepting her feelings. So she's already operating in a brand new area right now. Anyway, but it goes back to what I said. What I believe Ikimoto needs to do, right? To satiate all of this, he needs to establish, right? Because I already want Sarah to take a break on Ohirume. I don't want to see her try to use that right eye ability. Now, we already know she's going to activate her Mangekyo versus Hidari. That's understood. I want to see possibly some left eye ability going on with that because we've seen when she activated it here versus Code, Ikimoto emphasized her left eye. So we don't know if it's going to be a new ability or if it's something that just supports Ohirume. But I think he needs to show us, like, go back to showing us, like, what she can really get down to doing. That's why I say I don't even want it to be a hypothetical no more. Because next chapter, I want to see her go hand to hand with Code and her hold back on using her Mangekyo and show us what she can do with the Phoenix style fireball, the Chidori, and then the straight up hand to hand, like fist to face that she's gonna apply to Code. That I believe she can apply to Code. Because I believe we're still underestimating. And I understand. So at this point, it can say to a lack on the writer's fault, but I believe we still are as a fandom generalizing because I don't underestimate, but I believe we are underestimating Sarada in terms of what she's actually capable of. Not just with her Mangekyo Sharingan, but like hand to hand, bro, it's gonna be a real issue for Cole. Like if he really decides to like, bro, I'm gonna chill out on these claw marks. Like I really believe he's gonna take a good punch from Sarada and he's gonna go back to using them claw marks and pop it up in and out of nowhere because he's like, yeah, no way.
Yeah, again, if we're moving the discussion of what will she actually do or what could she actually do, I'm more with you there. Again, I say I don't know who wins versus within a cold versus Sarada battle. A lot of people would say, "Oh no, Sarada obviously gets smacked," but you brought it up. You brought up very good examples before. She already reacted to Hidari, and not only that, she now has some a Mangekyo Sharingan stacked on top of that. It just doesn't necessarily give her the visual prowess, but also gives her the speed and strength as well. It's completely different now.
So I believe. All right, so if we go into chapter 37, right? Because this is opening up a new volume, 37, 38. And Sarada and Cole gets into a little scruffle, right? No Ohirume, right? And let's say Cole doesn't abuse the claw marks, right? And it's straight up claw to Jidori, fist to fist, and whatever, however they fight. And Sarada like puts Cole in a position where he has to plot and scheme his way around. No Mangekyo. Is that enough to justify where she would at least be at in a disadvantage in terms of power scaling?
Justify? I don't think so. I don't think so. Again, to justify it, you'd have to explain how she got there. Just her actually like pushing code. Again, I think I expect it. I expect it because to this point, this has been what they showed us. But I'm still confused as to how she got here. that's my main point.
I don't know what else to say to it, man, because I guess Ikimoto's gonna have to explain her training for you. Because I mean, it's like, is she trained, bro? And we're gonna be beating a dead horse because I'm gonna go over the same points and then it's some of the same points that Ryzen went over.
I guess we could pivot to other things. We could pivot to some other things. But I guess just to wrap up the Sarada thing, I don't necessarily inherently hate Sarada. To be honest, I always thought that Sarada should have been this like broken. And I even brought up in previous podcasts, if hypothetically I had a choice of like having Sarada be a fodder character or her having some sort of unexplainable rise where I'm actually having to debate pretty much all the panelists that are on the podcast every single day, I'd prefer this. I'd prefer this future where Sarada is actively involved in the storyline and not becoming like a Sakura part 2. All due respect to Sakura, I know she was involved heavily in a lot of story, but I don't necessarily want that for Sarada. I want Sarada to actually be equal to a Boruto or Kawaki. Not necessarily equal, but don't give me the fake quote that Sakura gave us. Like,
yeah, I don't think you hate Sarada. Like, I'm just saying, like, in terms of like the explanation.
And I get what my guy Patrick feels, but like I'm telling you, if any other character was being put in this position that Sarada was in, I'd be drilling them as well. Pause. Like I'd be talking like hypothetically, Inojin, where I was actually reacting to what's it called? I keep on forgetting his name. To Mamushi, once he actually did put him under the whatever that was. I'd be calling out as well, but there was no taijutsu. It was just the hacks that we all know why he was able to do that. Mushi was significantly dumber at that particular situation, so it allowed Inojin an opportunity. But again, if he was able to just react to a Shinju and actually beat them in taijutsu, I'd be slandering him. I slandered Chocho, but it just so happens that Sarada could like consistently is in these situations consistently.
But you're comparing Sarada at this point now. You're comparing her, which is disrespectful to the likes of Inojin and Chocho, though.
But we were doing that in part 1. So what was the problem? We were saying
she was already established way ahead of them in part 1. What do you mean?
Nah. People, I don't know. Free game might remember this, but a lot of people were saying that she was equal with Chocho during the Chunin exam.
Oh my fuck!
And there were statements to back it up.
We're talking about. 100 times Ant Butterfly Mode Chocho. That's why we're talking about that Chunin exam part 2 when they was fighting.
Yeah.
When Sarada was purposefully holding back the entire time on Chocho and still managed to win the fight.
Was she?
She was. That's why Chocho got mad. Chocho's like, you can't. Chocho was like, you literally came into this fight. Chocho's whole thing was, you came into this fight already knowing you were gonna win, which is pissing me off because you don't think I'm a challenge. So like, Sarada already knows Chocho got the butterfly mode. Like, come on, bro. Like, we not finna do this.
No, I was arguing that very point. I was saying there's no way Sarada is actually equal to Chocho. But
I don't believe it. No,
saying there were statements that they were saying, hey, Chocho is equal to Sarada. That's what they were saying.
Well, I wasn't around them at that time.
The spoilers were saying that. The actual preview was saying that.
I wasn't around them.
The ending of the story was saying that she was equal to Sarada. And I couldn't necessarily debate anymore after I seen too much proof that she was equal to Sarada.
There was no proof, bro. She's always been like, Sarada's always been stronger than Team 7 has always across the board been the strongest team in the entire generation of their class, in the entire academy. Like, those 3 individually are the strongest.
I get that, but there was times where Neji was stronger than Sakura.
But we're talking about Sarada, Boruto, Mitsuki in their class compared to like Inojin, Shikadai, Chocho, Wasabi. They were levels above all of these characters. It always went. Bro, it always went.
It wasn't always.
Literally, no. It always went. The bottom half of the Fubu Konoha 11, basically Wasabi, Denki, Awabe, all of them. That's their tier. Then you got Team 10 with Shikadai, Inojin, and Chocho. And then you had Team 7 with Boruto, Mitsuki, and Sarada. That's how always the rankings went. Even in the episodes in the anime where they went over like the mission completion rate, it always went Team 7, then Team 10.
Yeah, Team
and then everybody else.
Yeah, no, 100%. Team 7 was always the strongest team, but it wasn't that everyone in Team 7 was always stronger individually, was always stronger than individually all the other characters in the other teams.
Sarada is always stronger than Inojin. She's always stronger than Shikadai. She was always stronger than Chocho, bro.
You bringing up regular characters in Team 10. I mean, we're not talking about that. We're talking about Tsubakis, the Iwabes early on. Like, these are who we're talking about. We talk
Tsubaki and Iwabes. What do you?
Yeah. In the academy, Iwabe.
You're talking about academy days, bro. You're talking about when they're 8 years old, brother. Like, come on.
During the Genin exam, he might have washed Sarada. It's Tsubaki when she first came into the series would have washed Sarada.
You said Tsubaki when she came into the Genin series? Well, so wait, when she first came into the series, you think she's washing Sarada?
Yeah, 100%.
All right, bro.
Obliterating her. There's a question if during
who did she even fight in the Chunin exams? Who did she fight?
Right, it was BS. She fought Denki. We all know how that went.
She lost to Denki, right?
It was BS. We all know.
That's crazy. I'm just saying, gang.
They wanted one character from each team to make it, and of course, someone from Tsubaki's team already made it. And there was a whole storyline about her potentially going back to be a samurai.
She lost.
All due respect. There's even a portion. Oh, I forgot the character.
It's brains over bronze, bro.
Well, Sarada 100% wasn't stronger than every other Genin out there. Like, let's be honest. All due respect to Sarada.
We're talking the hidden leaf Genin. Yes, she was. The Genin that was above her. Like, if you want to say Boruto, Mitsuki, Shinki, I give you that. If you try to bring up any other name, bro, it's quiet.
I mean, she's not being Tsubaki. All due respect.
Bro, she's beating the brakes off of Tsubaki, bro.
She's not getting close to Tsubaki.
Bro, what? She activates that Sharingan. She's literally analyzing any direction that sword is coming from. And she's punching Tsubaki straight in her shit.
Tsubaki ain't have to touch anybody with her sword. Just the vibrations off the sword was enough. Like, she was moving like Shanks. Like, what did we forget?
What, bro? Come on.
Didn't have to actually touch you with the sword.
Sarada got a Sharingan, bro. She's gonna any type of slice,
chakra, bro. Like,
any type of slice that comes from that sword, she's dodging it, bro.
It's not just the sword that she has to worry about dodging. It's what the sword can do. It wasn't just that, and Tsubaki's taijutsu, I might say, it was higher than Sarada's at the time.
Man, You bugging, bro. You
Sweet
bugging.
dude in the
Because
comments saying
if we
Sugar
want
Dog
to
might
start
have.
bringing up the lore, then because every mission that they went on, when it came down to it, and it was like Boruto, Sarada, and Misa, they came up with the plan. Who was always the person that had to stall with the taijutsu?
I don't know.
It
Even if
was
that's the case,
Sarada, bro. It was
even if that's the
Sarada
case, that
every
don't mean.
time. They chose Sarada every time they needed some hand to hand or they needed someone to stall. They chose Sarada. Why? Because she got to it. It wasn't
I,
no games.
I
So
get
you
it.
talk about Tsubaki this, Tsubaki that. Tsubaki gonna blink 2 times. Her sword gonna be snapped in half, and she gonna be
Stop it.
like 10 feet away from it, bro.
Stop it. Subaki was moving devious. I don't know if y'all remember how Subaki was really moving. Like she was different. Bro, I was thinking she was moving like a Jonin. Like she was moving that different. Like the only person I think at that point that could have actually beaten Subaki might have just been Mitsuki. That's it.
I'm telling you, Tsubaki gonna get hit with a Chidori. It's gonna be over.
Nah, absolutely not. But again, I mean, Shikadai was up there with Boruto during the tuning exam too.
Boruto was in his head, bro. We got to start being real with the power scaling. Boruto was not in his right mind. He did not have his self-confidence. He was relying on the ninja weapon.
No, I agree with that. I always said they kind of nerfed Boruto in the tuning exam for no reason. I have no idea how. Like he was.
I mean, that's literally why he was nerfed, because he had a self-confidence problem. But like, bro, come on, bro. Tsubaki, gang.
We could probably have that discussion. Like we've been on Sarada for too long, way too long.
I was gonna say. I mean, we getting into the future visions. We was talking about the Hidari stuff. We talked about the code stuff. I guess we could talk about the we see some Boroshiki action. I don't know. I mean, obviously it's in relation to Sarada without just like focusing on Sarada, but like knowing that she's kidnapped, got Boroshiki out. People are saying this is Boruto versus Juro or something. Like, I don't know what it is though, because it's like it's just Boroshiki in the panel by himself. So
I think. Well, first question.
Yeah, I brought up a good point too. Like, why do Boruto still have the horns? I remember we was talking about that in the group chat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was like, time heals all wounds, bro. It's cool. Yeah, that shit grew back.
But nah, because Momoshiki, his is still broken. Like, I had to point it out to me. Like when we got introduced to Momoshiki and 2 Blue Vortex, both of his horns are still broken.
No, I don't know how. I don't know throughout what mechanic. To be honest, I won't be surprised the next.
Wait, he turned into what? Throughout Boruto 2 Blue Vortex? You said what? Freaking?
No. I was just saying when we got introduced to Momoshiki again in 2 Blue Vortex.
Oh yeah, both of his horns.
Yeah, both of his horns were broken. Yeah, I had dropped the panel.
Shit, nigga, Ikimoto know the word aura farming. He know what that means. He was just like, hey, fuck it. We gotta explain everything.
Because like, wasn't Boruto able to like tap out of the Boroshiki stage because he broke the horn?
Yeah, that's when it was broken. But I don't know how it's back. But I guess a question I do have: do y'all think it'll actually come to pass that Boruto will turn to Boroshiki? Because not all the visions actually do come true.
I don't think so. I don't think we're gonna get that greatness, bro. I don't think we're gonna get.
I mean, like, yeah, like right now, nah, we're not.
Like, I mean, like,
I would love to see it though. Honestly, I would love to see it in a well, not an adult Boruto, but like a teenage Boruto utilizing Boroshiki's strength. That shit would be dope.
Yeah, I believe we're gonna see it. I don't know. It's just my thing is like, I'm scared, bro. They're about to do this. Like, he's gonna do that in the village some way, somehow. I don't think it's right now, but it's gonna be at an inconvenient time.
Oh, so, fuck up the images he's been creating these last couple years.
Yeah.
I could see it. One of the things that you guys said a little bit earlier, you guys said there's a possibility that it happens versus Jura. I think that'll probably be when it happens, when they fight against Jura again. That'll probably be when they actually.
But every time we see Jura in the future panels, bro, look like he's chilling, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, what if that's the reason why they kept Code around so long, just so like Boroshiki can fucking wipe his ass with him?
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible.
Oh,
it seems like we're going to like kind of pivot away from Jura and Hidari for a little bit and go into the Code shit. That's what it seems like.
I don't know. Code is going directly to Jura Hidari. So
if he does though, I still want him to make a pit stop. If he make a pit stop, it'll be interesting to see what'll happen.
Make a pit. Boruto's moving faster than light speed. What pit stop?
I mean, at this point, Code already knows he just needs to pop up wherever Boruto doesn't have his pins. So it's not like he's in a rush.
I don't.
And Boruto can't even get to Sarada right now because she doesn't have either of the pins on her.
He can't even get to Sarada. So like,
I can't guarantee that. We've seen my guy open up portals before. If Momoshiki gets involved.
But you see that he's okay. I hear what you're saying though. But like he's using the flying rising. He's not even like focused on opening portals.
Yeah, but now that he had
been told that he needs one of those shapes or whatever to even get to where he's trying to go.
Yeah, I agree with that. But now that he has the cooperation of Momoshiki, like he might just be able to teleport there, like just because.
I mean, I don't know though, because it's like Boruto. They made it seem like it was like one of the basic understandings, but like Boruto just couldn't fundamentally get the grasp of the Otsutsuki teleportation. So
yeah, like Kawaki can just use that shit off the rip. Like,
I don't even think that because we haven't seen him use it. Because every time they used it together, they was but they was using it together.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. No. He used it in Two Blue Vortex, bro. Like he's been opening dimensions and going to his dimensional rift and a lot.
Nah, going to Daikokoten is different. Well, actually, yeah, because that's like that little black glue.
That's a whole other dimension, though.
Yeah, that's from his eye. That's his Dojutsu type of thing. That's
I don't know.
That's any different from him opening up and opening.
Because if you think about it, and when he was reporting on Boruto early in TBV, they were like astonished, like Boruto's getting one place in the village to another because he's using space time, and Kawaki is just flying around trying to catch up. It's like if the nigga could just portal around, he probably would have did it. So I think he could just go to Daikokoten and back. That's it.
Yeah, I think so. But even let's say hypothetically, Boruto can't really do it by himself. I think, but I don't know if because again, Boruto's probably raging right now. But the smartest thing to do is probably go to Kawaki and actually take a portal to the Shinju dimension.
Yeah. But would Kawaki cooperate though? Is the question.
That's a good question.
He'd probably be like, "Fuck Sarada, bro. I don't give a fuck about no goddamn Sarada, bro. What you mean? Go save her."
That's an impeccable question. But one question I always had, like, why do you think Kashin Koji tried to stop Boruto?
Because he said he would. Well, he didn't technically say.
That man just saw the future,
like if he tries to go save Sarada, that's like he's gonna die. That's what I was getting. Like he was implying. So because they cut him off when he was saying, "Well, what happens to Boruto if he went to go try to save Sarada?" So it seems like Koji already knows. Like he's seen it in one of his precognitions, but every time he tries to stop Boruto is because he's going to die. So I'm just going to go with that.
Shouldn't Boruto have one of the toads on him?
Possibly. I don't know.
No, I mean Koji got captured though at the same time too. So like, what would the toad? What importance would the toads play at that point?
No, there is still a toad on Inojin. Like hypothetically, if Boruto leaves, we're technically thinking without the toad, Boruto doesn't know what the future visions are or why Kashin Koji didn't want him to leave. But if he has a toad, Kashin Koji I can tell him.
Yeah, I don't think he has a toad though, because like I'm saying, he got kidnapped by Amado. I mean, kidnapped by Amado. So like he probably doesn't have him.
No, he did because Inojin still had it. Inojin still had a toad.
Koji got mad toads, bro.
Yeah, 100%.
But I was saying, like, it makes no point. Like, he can't utilize them right now because of the position that he's in.
No, he can. He's utilizing with Inojin.
No, he's already free. Like, Amado let him go.
Oh, Amado let him. Okay, maybe I'm missing something.
Yeah, he literally let him go after the conversation, bro.
Yeah,
bro, that's the worst kidnapping I've ever seen in my life. Then you don't let the fucking the kidnappee go.
He was saying that he was on the side. He was saying he had parental love for Kashin Koji. It wasn't really real kidnapping.
That was kidnapping, bro. He went to sleep and then woke up in an entirely different fucking environment. That's kidnapping.
Either way, though, I hope he does have a toad so we know specifically like what'll happen if he does go after Sarada. But I forgot, one of you guys brought up the possibility of Sarada not actually Like this wouldn't necessarily be where she dies. Kashin Koji might know that, which is why he kind of like tried to stop Boruto.
I mean,
I
we
think,
see
like,
her in the
everybody-
confrontation against Hidari, so unless Code is taking her straight to Hidari, like she's gonna survive the confrontation with Code. But
Like, what?
even in
what was-
general, it's like, yeah, Koji did say her eye is gonna come in handy in the future. So
Do you think
we
that was
just-
already the future that he was talking about already passed though?
Yeah, I think.
I mean,
that's
as far as like defeating Ryu, I mean, Ryu's a crazy feat. Don't get me wrong. I don't think anybody else could have defeated him. But like, he said that within like either the same chapter she awakened it or like the chapter before. So, yeah,
that might be that. Yeah.
he wanted her not because the whole point was her to awaken it, and he said he wanted her to awaken it because it's gonna come in handy in the future. So her awakening it is the Ryu battle.
No, like, that might have been the future. That might have been where, it came in handy. But I get where you're coming from, though. It's a very good possibility that wasn't necessarily that, to be honest. If you'd ask me my actual opinion, it probably wasn't necessarily that. But how do we know it wasn't necessarily the Mamushi thing? Because again,
Because her whole thing is like this whole thing is like Koji's original whole point for approaching Boruto at the jump was like, yo, I see a future where we can save Sasuke. It's a thin line, but you're gonna have to listen to my instructions. Long story short, Boruto's like, bet. And they go on this whole entire path. So the whole reason they're doing this is to save Sasuke. So strictly for narrative purposes, Sarada can be a key role in ensuring that Sasuke is revived. So it could just be the Hidari thing, but it definitely hasn't happened yet.
I can see it. I hope not, but the Mamushi thing was a thing where Sarada was supposed to be the person to handle it, and you know how futures change all the time, especially with a bunch of singularities running around.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I brought this up in the last pod, and it's not going to help the Boruto. I mean, not Boruto, the Bara hates Sarada idea, but it's not a 0% chance that she dies in the next chapter. I think we got to open our eyes to that.
Who's killing her, bro?
Code, Hidari, potentially Jura.
Nah, man, this cap.
You never know. I guess to gain my Sarada points back. Who do you guys think the next Hokage is going to be?
We already know who you're gonna say, bro. You're gonna say Sarada.
Yeah. It should be, and I'd say this. If she goes to the Shinju hideout and comes out alive, it's a no-brainer at that point. What are we talking about here? Like, what are we talking about at that point?
Bro, they're not gonna take her as Hokage as long as omnipotence is still active, bro. They're not gonna do
it. Omnipotence shouldn't, in my personal opinion, shouldn't necessarily play a part. And if I'm Boruto, I'm actually trying to influence. I'm trying to do another omnipotence.
You see how dumb these elders are? You see how dumb these elders are? You think they're gonna vote in Sarada?
I don't know. There's possibilities. There's possibilities. Again, I think if in a situation like this where it would be beneficial to tilt the scales, like putting the elders under a genjutsu, lesser version, but even higher version, and another omnipotence Boruto and Ada collabs. Like, you want the Hokage to be someone not necessarily under the control of Boruto, but in collaboration with Boruto and Kashin Koji.
Man, they just need to send Ada into the interrogation rooms and tell Lord Cobra to chill. That's all they need to do. Be like, yo, chill out. Let's work with Boruto for now. Everybody gonna be like, all right. Like, literally,
they probably think Ada was compromised. Ada's working with Boruto.
Bro, they're gonna listen to Ada because of her ability.
They're gonna say Boruto influenced Ada to lie.
They're gonna listen to her.
Nah, you're not listening to what he's saying though. Her abilities is gonna force them. Like, no matter what, it's gonna force them to listen to her.
I'm like, we forgetting.
Oh,
bro.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm like, we forgetting. They gonna be like, you know what, Ada, you're right. Hey,
like,
I like what you did with your hair today. I like what you did with your hair today, by the way. Anyways.
Anybody telling you you're beautiful today?
Let's hold off for the Shikamaru removing as Hokage just for a little bit. Just because Ada says.
Do you know what
That would be a crazy solution to this problem.
They literally can do that. But at that point, like Ada, she's not here to play politics. Like she would be like, she's the type of person to make it simple where like she would say some crazy shit. It's just like it's just not worth it throwing her in the mix, basically. Like she could fix it hypothetically because of how her power works. But could she herself actually fix it? I don't think so.
Well, another question I did have: does the Hidden Leaf Village have like the U.S. statute where you have to be a citizen to actually be the president? Because Ada would be not a bad choice for Hokage.
She actually could be. That would be wild. But it has to have some type of merit system in place, bro. Like Naruto came from the trenches, bro. They not gonna just be like, hey,
I don't know.
Bro.
They
I
still
don't know
know
somebody. They finna be like, hey, Tamari, you finna be the next Hokage. You've been living in the village for the last 10 years, gang. You good.
Nah, that would be crazy.
Nah, I think you do have to be a citizen because like wasn't they talking before about who got like married into the clan or something like that? Oh fuck, I can't remember.
The most extensive
Shikamaru. I mean Shikadai.
Shikadai
potentially being the Kazekage.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he could potentially be the Kazekage.
But like,
I mean, that's because of his birthright, though.
Going on by like,
but that's because of his birthright, though.
Yeah, but wasn't it like a conflict going? Like not a conflict, but it was like a back and forth with him. Like if he's actually supposed to be the heir to that throne.
Yeah, because that's because Agara like literally has no children, and then it would pass on to
I thought it was because his father was a part of the leaf, though. Like I thought it had to do more than that.
I'm saying because literally, Gara has no physically born children, right? So in their system, it would pass on to the next oldest, which would be Tamari, and her heir would be Shikadai. So in the Sand Village eyes, Shikadai is honored as basically like a potential heir to be Kage.
That could be. All right, cool. Well, to be honest, I do think Shinki will be the next Kazekage.
Yeah, low-key, I think they'll be able to fuck with Shinki, bro. He building his merit. He's building his rapport.
Yeah, he putting in the work. He's doing the records and stuff. What if you were to have a next Kage pick? So if it's not Ada or Sarada, who are you guys thinking is?
Right now, like they're bringing that nigga Kakashi, bro. Bring back Kakashi.
Definitely Kakashi.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind Kakashi. Again, one of the things I mean, like about
from a political standpoint too, though, it would be Konohamaru. To be honest with you.
Stop it. They already
we might see that motherfucker Konohamaru throwing that Hokage cloak.
It doesn't have to do with his power level, bro. Like,
no, they already believe Konohamaru is working with Boruto and is too stupid to even know if he's being manipulated by Boruto. So it's cooked for Konohamaru.
I don't know, bro. If they do this, bro, I'll just give up. I give up.
Yeah, it's not Konohamaru. It can't be Konohamaru. Konohamaru is approaching Kibo and Yamcha levels. It cannot be Konohamaru.
Yamcha level is crazy.
I think what we're talking about is like Kage power level wise. Yeah, I think he's there, honestly, bro.
I'm not gonna lie.
Kage level has been fucking leapfrogged over so many times. It's not possible to say Konohamaru's Kage.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I ain't realize how deep the disrespect for Yamcha went. I've been watching a couple of Dragon Ball OG episodes, and I'm realizing.
How do you not know that, bro? They literally memed him in Super, bro, with the baseball game.
That's all that stuff coming from DBZ. When I'm talking about like the build up from like Dragon Ball, like.
Oh yeah, he was supposed to be that guy.
The disrespect is actually crazy. That nigga Yamcha ain't shit. So Yamcha level is actually insane.
Well, they went from like street level to fucking space level. Like he
bro. It went to the point where everybody acted like it was a mistake when they forgot him in the Tournament of Power. Like, nigga, they wasn't for to pick your ass, nigga. Like,
at all, bro. That was funny. Yeah. That was funny though.
Come on, bro. They got Tien. They got motherfucking Master Roshi.
It's like the writers breaking the fourth wall though. They know that we be memeing the fuck out of him.
Like, yeah, bro. Ain't nobody was going to recruit you, Yamcha.
And to be honest, I actually feel like Konohara was actually being memed by the Boruto writers. Unfortunately, I do feel like
I
that.
don't think so. Not at well.
Man, that Mastery stuff was a little egregious, bro.
Yeah.
But like I said,
A little
expectations is high. If your expectations is high, it's gonna be bad. You just gotta keep it regular. Konohama's a regular nigga, bro. He's a regular nigga.
They
He's a
weren't
regular
high.
nigga.
Son, the crazy thing with Konohara, I had zero expectations for him against Matsuri, and he still found a way to disappoint me, bro. Like
That's crazy.
how was that possible?
Bro, at that point, your expectation had to be somewhere. Look, I'm not gonna lie. When it was happening, I was shaking my head too. So yeah, that's true.
It was bad.
But at this point, it's like it's not crazy, which is why I don't know if y'all remember. Y'all was trying to clown me when I was like, bro, let's look at the good that he does when Boruto tossed him and he landed on his feet. I'm like, look at that reaction time.
Yeah,
is that not like
a cat, bro? He's a cat.
Understood exactly. He understood his role. Boruto tossed him. He ducked and rolled, and just got out of there with the soul thorn. Like that's
the
good.
Cat of Boruto, bro. What are you talking
That's
about?
good impact on the mission right there, bro. Like that's the effort that we need from Konohamaru.
He trained with what's her name? The girl with the cat ears. I can't remember her name. Yeah, he trained with her, bro.
This isn't good at all.
It's spectacular. What are you talking about?
All right, so we landed on Kakashi. Would be, I guess, the consensus smart pick.
Or even though this is not going to happen because of who she is and who her husband is, I would say Sakura.
Yeah, Sakura would be a good pick, and I agree with the reason as to why she probably wouldn't be picked.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically the same reason why Sarada wouldn't be picked too. So
true.
And I hate to ask this question, but we did bring up the wacky world of Ada sitting down with Kobu. Do we think Ada in any way could convince or influence a Hokage pick?
Yeah,
definitely. No, for sure, definitely.
Yeah,
if Kawaki didn't fuck up as bad as he did, bro, I could see her influencing everybody.
I think they make it a thing. They make it a point to keep higher ups away from Ada because, like, early on when she first came to the village, Shikamaru was like, "Yeah, Naruto, we need you to stay away from her." Because, like, if she tells Naruto to do anything, like his word has so much power, like nigga, that shit going down to the final desk. Everybody know what to do.
Nah, he was just trying to save my girl. What's her name? Damn, I'll be forgetting names off the top of my head. What's Naruto's wife name? Help me out here.
Hinata.
Yeah, he was just trying to save Hinata's feelings, bro.
At this point, nigga, Shikamaru was like, "Yo, Ada, you need to stop popping up on me in person." Remember when the first time we talked? He was like, "You need to stop popping up on me in person." He was like, "We gotta talk strictly through the mental Yamanaka jutsu."
Keep the door open at least. Come on, what are we doing?
Like they don't want to speak to her in person, so like, yeah.
You can kind of break him a tiny bit back.
But then again, like if she's in there with his wife, shit, the wife probably gets him up. Take my husband.
Sure. Wait, I wouldn't rule out a possibility of Kawaki being the next Hokage either, and I wouldn't have a problem with that either. I think
it's me is rolling us right now. He said Konohama versus Matsuri is some of the best stuff in all TV.
For a comedy, I agree. Like, oh my goodness! And the reason why I was so, and now I could laugh at it because we know Konohama is never going to be Hokage after Kobu and them just expose him for being an idiot. But you know, at that time, it was a legitimate discussion on Konohama potentially being the next Kage. I'm like, this can't be our king. This cannot be our king.
If I wanted to see somebody sit down and express their feelings, bro, I would have just talked to my daughter. That chapter was just unnecessary.
Dog, this man literally had one job, bro. Just don't get her mad. Just don't even say rizz her up, bro. He was just like, bro, she like you.
Just don't make her angry.
Just don't make her angry, bro.
And what did he do, bro? What did he do?
Don't call me Konohamaru-chan. Fuck all that, nigga.
And to be honest, I gotta give my guy Melo credit for this because I never seen this coming a million days, bro. In a million days, dog. Melo said it's a possibility that they won't kill them because they have a heart. I said, ain't no freaking way. You telling me they're gonna sacrifice Moegi for a Shinju? Dog, Konohama was really about to do it, bro.
Wait. You said they won't sacrifice because they have a heart. What do you mean? Because they're living.
Oh no, Mello said it was a possibility that both that the entire team plus Konohamaru weren't actually going to go through with it, and it would potentially be a good thing because of course these are infants and they essentially see the heart of Ninja. I thought there's no way, but one thing my guy Mello was right about, it is in their heart to like not really kill them or not actually kill innocent people. Once they realized that they were actually innocent, and especially Konohamaru, he probably fell in love with Shinju. They were kind of like hesitant in a way where I thought there was no way. I cannot, for the life of me, find out why Konohamaru was willing to sacrifice Moegi for Matsuri. Like, if these are the feelings that you think you have for Moegi, why not save Moegi?
My whole thing is, bro.
Well, he was about to die, so another person can't call him what Moegi called him. Now, no.
Now my whole thing is we knew from the jump, bro. Like they knew from the jump what they was dealing with on one, and then two. Konohamaru sat there and played in her face, bro, and couldn't even stand 10 toes down. So like that's a justifiable crash out for Matsuri.
Facts.
And he lucky he came through with the last minute 3 at the end with the double Rasengan barrage. Like that was just what gave him time. I can't even say what saved him because he was about to still die even then.
Yeah.
So like he sold the mission regardless. So even though you tried to fumble and come back, you still sold on third down, brother. And it's like
he almost ended the series. Konohamaru legitimately almost ended the series because Boruto had to save him, and the only reason why he stayed alive is because Boruto was a singularity and told Kawaki that he had limiters to remove. That's the only reason. Kosh and Koji thought it was cooked. Koji was crying. Like it was the first time we seen Koji freak out.
Remember what Koji said, bro. Sarada and the others defeat Ryu. They go help Konohamaru take out Matsuri. We literally see Sarada killing Ryu. So like they held up their end of the like however it played out, it still ended up like their team is gonna kill Ryu. They killed Ryu. They wouldn't even had time to go and help Konohamaru. The nigga was about to die. The future done changed already. So it was like, bro, I don't even like, man, we can't have expectations on it. Like that was a bad sell. That's right, Bara. So like he's a regular, man. Like, give him props. He's landing on his feet. He created a new Rasengan barrier. Like, that's a cool jutsu. Like, the Rasengan barrier wall shit that he did against Hadari. That's pretty cool.
100%. He got that seal on his chest. He did some cool stuff. But
he got some seal on his chest. The double Rasengan barrage, they was pretty giant. Pause, you feel me? So, like, that's pretty dope. You feel me? Like,
all due respect.
But after that, let's keep it at that, man.
Yeah,
that guy's what is he? He's Johnny. He's elite Johnny level. Like
I don't even know.
Let's just
I'd say he's elite Johnny level.
Let's just leave him at Anbu / elite Johnny level. He's as elite as the Anbu. You go back and watch Naruto, you see how useful the Anbu really was. Let's just say he's Anbu level.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I could see that. I remember that Aburame ninja. Maybe he could probably fight against him.
Yeah, he could probably
take people's limbs. Yeah, 100%. But we are getting a little bit long. I want to talk about some other topics. Did you guys have any other topic before I ask my question?
Nah, go ahead.
Shit, man, I'm gonna watch Spider-Man on Thursday, bro. It's about to be lit.
Oh, fine. That's a new Spider-Man movie?
Yeah, bro. Spider-Man brand new day, bro.
Where you been at, bro?
where the heck have you been?
Spider-Man.
The most viewed video on YouTube, bro. Like, where you been at, bro?
I've been seeing some Spider-Man TikToks, but I didn't know if it was like an actual solidified brand new Spider-Man movie.
Oh yeah, bro. The new trailer is like one of the most viewed trailers in YouTube history right now. It's the number one.
Yeah, it's the most viewed trailer.
We had the Doomsday trailer, and that shit, Spider-Man still surpassed Doomsday, which is crazy.
Because Spider-Man, that nigga, bro. Everybody knows
I think Spider-Man coming out
so
because Spider-Man's just about to come out. Like Doomsday, when they drop another trailer closer to the release of Doomsday, I'm pretty sure that shit would do numbers.
Man, Spider-Man for the fuck around. Doomsday trying to fight for the #1 selling movie. Watch Spider-Man Brand New Day become the #1 selling movie in the world. They finna pass Avatar
That's
and Avengers.
insane. Yeah, I mean, the buildup has been there though. Like, shit, I bought my tickets 3-4 months before.
Oh no, I did hear about this. What?
Yeah, I bought my tickets way before the movie dropped.
I say, Barry, I thought you wasn't watching the Tom Holland versus Spider-Man. You've been watching Miles Morales though, so
Yeah, you've been watching Into the Spider-Verse, which I
you gotta
cannot
watch.
get into. Try it again.
No, yeah, the only Spider-Man movie I really watched was the one with Tobey Maguire. I think like one and two.
Yeah, I'm about to say, you're 3 movies behind. Even
3.
Toby's even.
Maguire?
You didn't even see Toby's comeback.
He's like 6 movies behind. What are you talking about?
I mean, yeah, because counting Andrew Garfield's movie too.
You know, he had Andrew Garfield, who had 2 Spider-Man movies. He said he only saw 2 of the Tom Holland Spider-Mans. Tom had 3 Spider-Mans. So
you only saw. I thought you didn't see any Tom Holland. You saw the Tom Hollands.
I'm not Tom Holland. I'm sorry. What's the first Spider-Man name? Tobey Maguire. Yeah, he only seen 1 and 2. There's 3.
Oh, you didn't see Spider-Man 3?
No, I think I did see 3. That was the one where
you saw 3,
the black one, the black suit.
Yeah, with the black suit.
Yeah.
I seen 3.
Yeah,
so I finished Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, so you ain't seen Andrew Garfield or Tom Holland.
Yeah.
But to be honest, low-key, it's actually coming back to me. Like I went to search of Spider-Man acting, and I seen all 3 of them, and I realized it was like a multiverse type of thing where all of them were actually in this movie.
And one movie are you talking about? Brand New Day?
Yeah. No, he's talking about No Way Home.
No Way Home. My bad. No, not Brand New Day. What the fuck am I talking about? No Way Home. You saw that one? Or all 3 of them?
No. I mean this one where it's like all 3 Spider-Man in one movie, right?
Nah. That was the last movie.
Oh,
the last movie that just came out was all 3 Spider-Mans in one movie. Like you can see that one now.
Shit. Never mind. Yeah, I gotta watch that.
That was the last time. That was the last Tom Holland movie. This one that's dropping Thursday is basically Spider-Man 4 for Tom Holland.
Yeah. That's what I was about to ask. So it's not Tom Holland acting in this new Spider-Man movie.
Yes, it is. It's Spider-Man 4. It's Spider-Man 4.
It's the 4th Spider-Man, the 4th installation to his series of Spider-Man. He's the only one with 4, honestly.
Well, not because Toby technically has 4 because of No Way Home.
I wouldn't count that as his movie though.
It's not his movie, but he's in a 4th movie as Spider-Man.
Well, yeah. I mean,
but yeah, Tom is the only one with 4 like movies.
He's about to be in Doomsday, so that's 5 then.
Yeah, but nah, you're right though. Tom is in like because at that point we would have to count like Civil War, Infinity War, and Endgame for Tom Holland.
Yeah, I was gonna say you have to count all those if you want to just like put him in movies that's not his own staple movie.
But this is his 4th movie. He's the only Spider-Man with 4.
So put me on now. So technically, well, not technically. If all their first movies, is it still the same storyline? Like Uncle Ben dies,
No, Tom Holland.
Tom Holland is the most
doesn't have an Uncle Ben. Tom has an aunt.
Now he has an Uncle Ben. Uncle Ben just
where is Uncle Ben at? Oh, I'm about to say I ain't never seen Uncle Ben on this one. Well,
Uncle Ben just been died, bro.
Aunt May was married.
Yeah, they mentioned Uncle Ben in Homecoming.
Bro, I gotta watch it again, man, because I didn't even hear him mention Uncle Ben.
Yeah, it's either in Homecoming or in Civil War when they talk about haven't been since they talk about the.
And No Way Home do they bring up Tom's Uncle Ben then when they're talking about?
No, I didn't know. They only bring him up once, bro. In No Way Home,
that's why I missed it then.
Yeah, I'm about to say that's like literally in Homecoming.
Well, because like they can do that though, because Spider-Man got so many different variants. Like even in the comics, like it's like they got so many different Spider-Mans that they can do that. You can have 3 different Spider-Man movies, and then have different backstories and shit. Because they even got bit by different spiders, like different versions of the mutated spider. Tom Holland's is different. Fucking Andrew Garfield's is different, and
Well, we see Tom Holland's is because if you watch the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, that Marvel animation drop, it's because it's literally Tom Holland's origin story. It's just that it ends up going a different route. So like all of the events are the same, from Tom Holland getting bit by the spider to
But I'm saying that like they get bit by different types of spiders though.
Yeah, no, I'm saying for Tom Holland's spider. I'm saying for like what his spider actually is, because in the Friendly Neighborhood Spider is like, I mean, essentially all of them are lab created, but in the Friendly Neighborhood Spider is kind of a mix between OpsCorp and some other thing that came from like the future or something like that. So
and Tom Holland, they don't even have an OpsCorp in his universe, so
that's why I said it's
Tony Stark is his OpsCorp.
it went a different route because in this one,
Yeah.
Osborn came up to him instead of Tony Stark. So Tom Holland wasn't a part of Civil War, so they just knew about the events. So he just heard about like the Avengers breaking up and stuff like that. So it's telling like that part of the story, like
Wait, who?
basically before Homecoming, like before, like what if Tom Holland never underwent the events where he met Tony Stark? Basically, that's what.
That's what you're saying. That okay. I was so fucking confused on what you was talking about. Okay, I get what you're saying now.
Yeah,
I get it. But I was like, what the hell is he talking about right now? I have never seen this before.
Yeah.
Let's see. So it comes out next week or this week?
Yeah, on the 29th. Come on the 29th.
That's fine. Yeah, I might try to tap in. Now, quick question: would I have to actually watch? Would I have to actually watch the first three to actually, you have
to watch the first three? Yeah, because if you don't watch even if you don't watch the first two, you have to watch the third one to understand what's going on in the fourth one.
Even if you watch the third one literally starts right after the second one ends. So like,
that's true. So you have to watch 1 and 2.
You gotta watch at least.
I'm just saying, like, if he tried to cheat and he don't want to watch all 3 movies before he go watch this movie, he can watch the third one and understand what's going on.
Yeah, you understand. Yeah, the gist of it, but like, it's still repercussions because they introduce. Yeah, repercussions. Yeah.
So because like, go ahead. My bad.
No, I was about to change something. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, the only reason why I say like you must watch 3 to watch 4, like you don't even have to watch 1 and 2. Honestly, it's because it's all from the repercussions of him doing what he did in part 3. That's like he's living up to the repercussions in part 4 from part 3. That's why I was like, yo, you can watch. You can watch.
But low key though, he living up the repercussions for part 3 for part 4 because of the shit he was trying to do
happening
for part 2.
So y'all
like the only one like low key
without watching part
1 is literally just not his origin story, but like his debut story, and it's like a fun story. And then part 2, shit happens because this is after Endgame, so this is when shit starts to get serious for him. He makes a crazy decision, and then it backfires, and he tries to fix it.
That's crazy.
He tries to fix it, and that leads to him in part 3 trying to fix the problem and mistakes that he did in part 2. And then in the midst of him trying to fix it in part 3, he creates an even newer problem, fix it, and makes a whole brand new problem. And now he has to fix that problem in part 4. So it's like,
I see. So the question I had, is this like a farewell tour for Tom Holland since this is his 4th one?
Nah, I think he's signed for another trilogy, bro. He's gonna do 6
more. And then he's supposed to be in Secret Wars too. But I think they're gonna like start passing the torch to Miles Morales, honestly.
I'm about to say, I think Spider-Man 5 is gonna be Miles Morales, though. It might be.
Yeah, because in part 4, like even what's his name? Electro, he was like, man, I thought you were Black Spider-Man. Like, so they kind of hinted to like a Black Spider-Man coming up. He was like, I thought you were black, and then fucking,
he's like, man, swinging around in the neighborhood, helping out people with the low income. He's like, I thought you was black.
He was black, and the top, fucking Andrew just had to apologize. I'm sorry.
But Miles is technically in the verse. They do it subtly because remember we met his uncle. And I think he was in Homecoming. Yeah. And then he was also in the Spider-Verse too. But you don't watch Spider-Verse.
No, I can't get into that.
He was in Spider-Verse. Bar, remember when Childish Gambino was in one of those prisons in the Spider-Verse as the Prowler?
Childish Gambino. Oh, the Prowler. I remember the Prowler. Yeah, Prowler.
When he was in one of those prisons and Miles walked by him and they was just looking at each other. That's literally the Prowler from MCU that Tom Holland came across in like one of his first movies. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's kind of like interesting.
Wait a minute. I never see. There was no Prowler in like the actual movies. Like when Tobey Maguire was active. I don't remember no Prowler.
Prowler is low-key a Miles villain. He became a villain after Miles came into the comics. So,
yeah, no, he was in none of the Tobey movies, bro.
Yeah, he's a Miles Morales Spider-Man villain. I had to give my guys some OG villains. You feel me?
Yeah, I feel you. Well, I'm desperately trying to keep this under 3 hours, so I'm gonna just move to the next thing. All due respect. Y'all heard about the Avatar that came out, and they pretty much exposed Korra?
I haven't been keeping up with that either.
You talking about the new? I was talking to Ryzen about it the other day. You talking about the new show, or you talking about the movie that dropped?
The new show. The new show.
Oh yeah, the
Where they
trailer.
basically
Yeah,
said
yeah.
that they said that
Yeah,
Korra
bro. They trying to
was
thrash
the worst avatar
Korra
of all
name. They
time.
said Korra. Yeah, they was like Korra destroyed the world, or she's the reason why the world is destroyed, or something like that. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I know my guy Mello fighting battles right now because
I'm like, because it's like people are obviously gonna run with the narrative and play into the whole fact, right?
yeah.
But it's like obviously Korra did something to sacrifice herself and ultimately save the world. They just haven't revealed it yet.
I was
But
just about to say that. I think
yeah,
there's something that we just don't know yet that'll probably like justify whatever she
there's
did.
literally something that we just don't know that justifies whatever happened. It's just that the world remembers the Avatar in an unfound way. So the fan base is using that to already feed into the hate they already give Korra. And I'm not even like, I gave up. The reason I gave up is because one of the main reasons I defended Korra so hard is because I'm like, I feel like 75% of you niggas just don't like. You don't realize it in a lot of your brains, but you probably just don't like women. You don't like the like that's how I was defending Korra so hard, but I gave up because I'm like, you know what? Toph got a strong fan base. I'm one of Toph fans. Katara got a strong fan base. Katara got a strong fans. I'm like, you niggas are just ignorant and are just running with the idea. At that point, you can't argue with that because off the sole strength that Pavi, which is like the new avatar in the trailer, they already on her. They already on her bandwagon, and she hasn't even done anything. And they're like, "Oh, I've seen memes, endless memes, like, "Oh, Pavi's a million times better than Korra." I'm like, you know what, y'all got it. Y'all just don't like Korra. That's fine. All right, y'all got it.
I wouldn't necessarily be crazy though, because pretty much she was stronger than Aang, so it makes sense
Korra,
that she probably end up stronger than Korra.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. People hating on Korra, bro. Korra, like, she's like that, bro.
I ain't gonna lie. I stopped watching the Avatar when it got to Korra's story, and I just dropped it.
It'd be like that, but like,
it wasn't even because I didn't like Korra. It's just because I just dropped the show after they ended Aang's Avatar. Like, I had nothing to do with Korra.
It's cool. It's just that people argue it, but it's like they arguing. They watched the whole thing. They acting like they watched it. Either they must have watched it with their eyes closed, or they read the Spark Note summary on all 4 seasons.
I think I watched like the first 3 episodes, and I was like, nah, not for me.
You should watch. I heard Korra is better.
Well, season 1 is the best. Well, for the general audiences, they rank it the best season. So
no, I heard
a lot of people
tell
me Legend of Korra is better. A lot of people
than
I mean, in terms of like the only thing, like I would say, undeniably, it does better. Like the story does. People like. I'll give it this. Actually, it might genuinely be better because the arguments is always within the story. They're always arguing Korra's actions, and they're never saying, "Oh, the story's bad." They're saying, "Oh, Korra's a bad avatar because this. Oh, if Korra was this, if Korra." So I'll give it that. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe early on, but for the most part, that's why I was just saying, like, all of these people arguing, you could tell, like, they watched all 4 seasons because they talking about information from season 2, comparing it to 3 and 1 and 4. So I'm like, hey, you streamed the show, you watched the show, so that tells me all I need to know. You rocked with it. You rocked with it enough to like have hate enough for the 4
seasons.
So yeah, it'd be like that. It's one of those.
Yeah,
like
people are bad with bro. I'm not even going to get to episode 5. I'm just dropping the shit. Like if you watch all 4 seasons, like you liked it at least a little bit. You enjoyed it enough to.
No, you definitely like the show. You probably hate the character. I'll give you that, but you enjoyed the show
enough to stick around. Like,
but like,
you can't watch 4 seasons or something and be like, nah, this is crap. Like, nah, bro.
But objectively speaking, bro, like the show looks beautiful, the animation is fire, and the fight scenes, like everybody agrees, no matter if you hate Korra or not, like them niggas get the boxing, and they get the boxing for real in that show. So
what's the last big battle though? Like, is it like the end of Aang's where he gets all 4, like all? I'm about to say all changes in chakra.
Every season she does something crazy. So season 1, she has a last big battle with the bloodbender Amon. Season 2,
bloodbender. So what? The bloodbender. We got a crit bender too. That's crazy, bro. The GDs is in the building too.
These are great questions,
bro. Bloodbending is from Aang, bro. It's from Avatar show.
Bro, I don't remember. You know how long ago it's been since I seen Aang's Avatar, bro? I was probably still doing homework when that shit came
I
out.
remember that's one of the as a kid, bro. That was one of the scariest episodes in OG Avatar, the bloodbending episode. So I never
don't
forgot
remember
that.
that, bro. I don't remember that.
It's when
I like the
Katara learned
powerful
bloodbending
dude.
from the creepy old lady, and she was like,
Bruh.
"Katara, you the last waterbender in the Southern Weather Tribe."
Well, I
Like,
could have sworn, like during the intro, they say there's only they basically say all the benders in the intro,
Yeah,
right?
I thought it was only water, fire.
oh my
What
god!
was
All
it?
right, so check this out, gangs. All right, so look, keeping
Gangs.
it short and sweet. Keeping it short and sweet. You got 4 elements, and each of these elements have sub elements. So yeah, you got water bending, but water benders can also be like exceptional water benders can be blood benders. Katara's one of
What,
the
they just bend in any
first.
type of fluid, pause?
Nah, bro, you could blend blood basically under a full moon. Basically, you can control another person. Everybody got blood in their body. So
Got you,
yeah,
got you,
fire
got you.
bending,
And that seems
fire
OP.
bending. Yeah, fire benders can do lightning
Okay,
and
okay.
and also lava bending as
Lava.
well. Yeah, airbenders, obviously airbending, but if you can unlock the ability, you can also fly without like a glider. So
Oh,
airbending and flight. And
I'm gonna
then
say
with
wasn't Aang flying around, but you just made your
nah,
point.
Aang never
That
flew.
without a
He
glider.
needed his glider, yeah. And
That's what I'm
then
saying.
with
You said without a glider though. Yeah.
earthbending, yeah. I don't know, bro. I feel well, obviously because you didn't watch the show, so it's obviously I guess you wouldn't know. But yeah, Toph earthbending, and you have metal bending, obviously, and well, no, I said
You
lava
got a
bending for
Magneto?
fire. It's not fire, but what,
Got a Magneto? So you can steal
bro?
them?
Bro, Toph created metal bending in the
Insane.
yeah, bro. Toph created metal bending in the OG series.
Insane. I'm gonna have to rewatch, honestly, bro, and then like catch back up because I don't remember, honestly,
Yeah.
Aang's Airbender. Like I had to rewatch the last battle one day. I think it was like a couple years ago to even remember. Like I was like, damn, I seen this. I don't remember nothing, bro.
Yeah, bro. It's like it's a crazy. I mean, like each of the things have different things. So in Korra, everything is advanced because in Aang, in like the original show, like throughout the seasons, we see glimpses of all these sub elements, and they also have combustion bending. Basically, it's another element from fire. So fire has lightning and combustion. Basically, you fire bend with your
Mhm.
mind, and you shoot like missiles and explosions come out of your mind. So,
Mhm.
but in part one, Aang, we see elements and glimpses of all these sub bendings. Like basically, one character or 2 characters show that they can do it, and then once we get to Korra, because it takes place 70 years later, it's
Yeah.
like lightning bending becomes regular, metal bending becomes regular. Toph is hailed as like because she created metal bending, and lava bending is also like not regular, but more like you see more lava benders than not. So shit like that, and then the bending just evolved. And in Korra's time, like they also talk about how it's like a different because by the time you get to Korra, you know, the same thing with Boruto, technology, all of that. So they have like the pro, it's like a sport in the verse called Pro Bending Arena, basically where pro benders fight. And you know,
This is
Korra,
all going over my head.
yeah, so like Korra grew up training as like an avatar. So a lot of her fighting styles is traditional. So by the time she started getting in tune with her main cast and meeting them in season 1, they were showing her fighting styles basically it's like modern
Actually, never
fighting
heard of.
styles.
Only
Yeah,
one I
so
remember is the
basically
little blind chick. That's the only one I remember from Korra, bro.
who you talking Toph?
The little blind chick, yeah, the one that
That's
can't see.
that's in Aang, bro. That's in Aang.
That's in Aang's Airbender. Oh shit! See, I ain't
I'm
never
not
seen.
gonna lie, bro. It's like it's just
Oh
crazy.
fuck!
I'm just being patient,
God
bro.
damn! No, bro, you gotta understand how long it's been since I
I
seen
guess why I'm not
Airbender,
tripping
bro.
because it's like it's that's actually like a wild. I'm not gonna lie, that's a wild statement, gang.
Yeah, you know how you can tell how long it's been since I seen. Bro, all right, hold on. I want to get off of the end conversation one real quick and jump into Doomsday. Do you think that we're going to get Captain Hydra, bro? I keep on seeing like videos and stuff like that. People talking about the Captain America we see in the Doomsday trailer isn't the Captain America we think it is. I'm like, bro,
Hell no, bro.
how is he able to wield Mjolnir then if he's Captain
Yeah,
Hydra? That makes no fucking sense.
it's not gonna be no Captain Hydra, bro. It's just that no, it's just no. Simple, no.
I would
I don't think so. To answer your
because
question, I don't.
they said they were supposed to get superior Iron Man. Like Robert Downey Jr. is supposed to be playing Iron Man again in either Civil War or Secret Wars or Doomsday. I doubt it's gonna highly doubt it's gonna be Doomsday. But they saying he's supposed to be coming back as Captain America. Like it's been confirmed. He's supposed to be coming back, and we're supposed to be getting like a evil version.
Oh, Steve Rogers?
No, Tony Stark. He's supposed to be coming back as Superior Iron Man in Secret Wars.
Oh, so well, I wouldn't even. I don't even know who's. I don't know the Superior Iron Man comic. I know about the Captain Hydra stuff because that's like a whole separate thing. So that's why I say no.
Oh yeah. No. There's a Superior Iron Man. It's a variant of Tony Stark. It's just a variant. That's all.
Yeah, I really got tapped into the Marvel verse though. I really don't be clueless.
I couldn't even say, because even for Secret Wars, bro, I don't know what they're gonna do because they got all of these things, and they're going the route of the X-Men and the Young Avengers.
Yeah.
So like all of these seeds are being planted. I'm just trying to see.
Bro, hold on. I'm sorry to cut you off. Did you see that they're going to make the Rock motherfucking what's his name? From the movie that I fucking hate, the X-Men movie that I really don't like because the fucking villain is
The Rock. You talking about Dwayne
the
Rock Johnson?
is going to play Apocalypse. Yes, in the new X-Men movies, he's supposed to be playing Apocalypse, bro.
That's
Dwayne The Rock Johnson. I swear to God.
That wasn't even at SDCC. Heck no, that's cap. They didn't announce that.
I swear, bro. I swear.
They didn't announce nothing. That's just a rumor. That's just being funny.
No, of course it's a rumor, but I'm going off of sources that are like pretty good sources. I think I saw this on Everything Always is YouTube channel. I think it was his, and he's been pretty spot on.
The Rock being Apocalypse, I doubt it.
Apocalypse, bro, in the X-Men movies in the future. I mean, it fits though. I can see it. Like I can see it.
Well, Apocalypse.
Well, the reason I doubt it is because it's like if the first movie is in development and they're already pretty well into writing, I highly, highly doubt the first movie is going to be about Apocalypse.
No. It don't have to be. I'm just saying, like they're saying that The Rock is supposed to be playing Apocalypse.
That's what I'm saying. If they know he's casted, then that means they casted him for a reason because they got the first movie written, damn near far in development. So that means
bro, they're in development till fucking 2043. What are you talking about? Like they already know everything they're supposed to be doing, but shit changes though. Like you have
I'm talking about as far as like having it planned out. As far as like writing wise, like movies that are being like that are far in development,
or
like
in
stuff
production
like
right now.
Yeah, like X-Men is far. I'm talking about X-Men is as real as Black Panther 3. Like that's it's not. That's what I'm saying. So if he's announced, that means he's gonna be in that first movie that's coming out.
The first X-Men movie?
Yeah.
Because they're trying to go off of like Magneto being like the villain in every movie like he was in the original X-Men movies. And they're trying to
I doubt we're gonna see Magneto. I mean, but that's what I'm saying. Like once I see Spider-Man, bro, and I have a better idea of who Sadie Sink is playing, if she's actually Jean Grey, then I'll understand. I understand because if she's Jean Grey, then they're going for a younger casting. Then they're not doing first class, but they're probably going to start with the first class cast. Probably.
They should have. I think that everybody in first class was like perfect cast for the X-Men, like the younger X-Men.
Yeah, I fuck with first class. When I recently watched it, that shit was hard. It's a good ass X-Men movie. I'm not gonna lie.
You hear that they're having like editing issues with Doomsday too, right? So it may get pushed back.
What do you mean editing issues?
You gotta the editing staff, they're not really feeling like they're doing the best job with the editing for Doomsday.
I mean, shit, bro. It don't drop until 6 months, damn near the end of the year, nigga. They got time.
Try facts.
They got all the time in the world, literally all the time in the world.
Oh, bro,
that shit gonna be hard though, bro. So
some Negro news real quick. Did y'all see David drop a new song trolling people?
Who?
I thought it was AI.
Nah, it's not AI.
It was like a song called "I Did It," something like that.
I Did It, yeah. And he got the picture of his Tesla and the fucking
Who y'all talking about?
And that you only never heard of that singer David that killed the little minor girl that he was dating. You haven't been seeing that?
Oh, I heard about the news about that guy. Wasn't he? He was a TikTok star, or he's a singer. And he had his girl in the trunk for like months or something like that.
Yeah, that dude. Yeah.
Oh snap, that's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, and the Tesla that he supposedly had her in, it went to the tow yard, and like they kept on smelling the decaying person, so they called the cops, and the cops like discovered the body. But like that picture that they had of like the aerial picture of the Tesla and stuff, he put that as his motherfucking album cover. And me and my friend was talking about it, and I was like, bro, I don't think that he okayed that in the middle of his fucking trial over killing.
Is he arrested? Oh, he's in trial right
he's
now?
He's going through trial. Like, he's going to preliminaries right now. Just to see if they got enough evidence to put him to, like, for him to go through trial on it. Like, he's in the preliminaries right now, but everything that's just been coming out in the preliminaries is just sick.
Shit,
bro.
crazy, bro.
Yeah,
Sick,
it's he's done pretty much. Like he's cooked.
Like, even if they don't get him for
all
murder, bro, he's definitely going down for fucking with a minor. Like, he was taking her to different countries, all types of shit, bro. Like, yeah, he's definitely going down for one of the two.
He engaged to her. They had
kids, and then she got abortions, bro. Like, yeah, bro. Yeah, it's all fucked up. It's a whole fucked up situation, bro. It's a whole fucked up situation.
I'm looking on Apple Music. I don't see the song.
It probably might have taken it down then. Because I asked ChatGPT if it was real. I was like, nah, because I'm like, this can't be real, bro. Like, it's no way that he okayed this. And like, I heard that Apple Music was supposed to be taking his music down, but it's only if features that he's on. Like, people, like, artists don't want him on their songs no more, so like they took him off and shit. But I guess his music is still on Apple Music.
Yeah, he made a song with a streamer called Jason. They still flaming for it. Like, damn.
Yeah, that shit's crazy, bro. Like, damn. I'm like, bro, this is sick, man. But I can't. Every time I get on YouTube, bro, and I recommend, so I gotta watch it. I'm like, damn, this shit's crazy.
Yeah, I guess a lot of news. I don't want to end off on David. I seen T'Challa's son.
T'Challa's son,
the Black Panther.
They're just recasting the Black Panther. So it's supposed to just be a new T'Challa, and they told him like it was Idris. I can't remember his name. Damon Idris, or what's his name? I can't remember his name. Black. But yeah, he was supposed to play Black Panther, but they casted somebody totally different. Threw us for a loop. But no, it's supposed to just be a reboot of the Black Panther, though. It's not supposed to be like a T'Challa's son, from what I'm gathering, though. But from the last Black Panther, it was supposed to be T'Challa's son, though. So you're right. But from what I've been seeing, it's just a recast of the Black Panther.
But recast probably.
Mm-hmm.
I'm back. I mean, what are we talking about?
It would make more sense for it to be the new Jr. than just like a whole new T'Challa. So you might.
Oh yeah, they casted that guy. What's his name? Brandon what?
Brandon something. I can't remember his name, but it was supposed to be.
He's T'Challa Jr.
It's T'Challa Jr. for sure. Okay.
Yeah. He's T'Challa Jr. They casted him as like.
No, go ahead. My bad.
No, I said they casted him as what's the name?
So they did cast him as T'Challa Jr. as his son?
That's what all of the main sources are announcing him as, because when he came out on stage as SDCC, Kevin Feige brought him out as the new Black Panther.
Yeah, see, I thought they were just recasting, because you know how like they're supposed to be recasting Tony Stark, a lot of different people. So I thought they were just like making another Black Panther.
Nah. I don't think we're gonna see like an original T'Challa for a while.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I seen. I'll probably put it in the chat, but Pop Base reported somebody named David Johnson.
Yeah, that's his name, David Johnson.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, David Johnson. And people was up in arms about that though, because it was supposed to be somebody totally. I can't remember his name. Idris, what's his name? Like I can't remember dude's name.
They wanted it to be Damson Idris.
Damson Idris. There you go. That's his name. Yeah, he was supposed to play T'Challa. He was even like hinting that he was going to play T'Challa Jr., but that's not.
Maybe he might be a villain or something, or maybe he might be T'Challa.
Like the original T'Challa?
Yeah,
like not
he
T'Challa
might be.
Jr.?
Yeah, he might be. He might still be T'Challa. So, but like I said, once Shuri takes the step back from being the Black Panther and she leans into her magic side, T'Challa Jr. gonna be Black Panther.
I didn't even realize how smart Shuri was, bro. Like she took the motherfucking nanotech technology before Tony Stark even started using it.
Yeah, she's the smartest person alive. She's the smartest person in 616.
Bro, I kind of like I should have known that from fucking what is it, Infinity Wars, when she was like kind of like one up Banner or whatever, when she was like, why didn't you just do this with
she was just having simple solutions to their problems.
It was all casual and shit. So I should have took that from that point in like Infinity Wars, but I never even put 2 and 2 together, because you got Tony Stark making new elements and like his genius has always been front and center. and the MCU. And then recently we started getting more Shuri being front and center with like technology and stuff like that. So like that's why I always thought it was Tony Stark who was like the smartest. Kind of like how I can't remember what universe they come from, but in the Fantastic Four, how Reed Richards was supposed to be the smartest person in that universe. I thought Tony Stark was supposed to be the smartest in the 616 universe, but I guess not.
I think low-key, yeah, I do believe Shuri is smarter than him.
I mean, just off of Infinity Wars, when she was like, bro, you really didn't think about connecting all the neurons individually. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, she's smarter than him. I'm trying to think if there's anybody, because like Dr. Banner is smart, but like Shuri is like crazy. Like she's from
Dr.
like
Banner is not like technologically smart.
Yeah, he's more so he's more biological and chemically smart.
Yeah. That's why Tony Stark wanted him to help with making Vision.
But
that's like
fucking Shuri, she's like all around, like she
all
knows
around
her.
Smart.
Yeah, she knows everything damn near.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. And didn't you say it like, because I kind of like kept on falling in and out of the second Black Panther? Didn't she recreate the motherfucking herb?
She literally recreated the herb, bro. She literally recreated it from, I think it was either her brother's DNA or her brother's blood sample, just because it was in him. And she literally, because that nigga fucking Killmonger burnt all the things, so it was impossible.
I remember that in the part one.
Literally some ancient shit. And my thing is like, because it's part of her character arc too, which is why I fucked with her. Like she wasn't embracing the cultural and traditional, the cultural and traditional side of her people, and she basically believed science outruled all, and there was no such thing as like the ancestors in the afterlife. And even still under that mindset, she damn near recreated it, and she still recreated it perfectly and became the new Black Panther. And still didn't truly accept it. It still didn't believe in all of this mystical shit.
But then she see, like, cause like with when you drink the herb,
she did. She went and she saw Killmonger, and she was in denial. Yeah, she was in denial.
Hold up. So they brought Michael B. Jordan back in the second one?
Bro, did you saw? Yeah, I mean,
I must have been fucking smoked out of my mind, bro.
That's the person who she saw. She saw Killmonger.
Yo, they brought Michael B. Jordan back in the MCU, bro. Yes, I was high as hell when I watched that movie. That's crazy.
I mean, that was his only cameo, but yeah, he was the one that she talked to in the thing.
Oh, you know what? I do remember that, because like a lot of the MCU movies I've watched several times over and over again. But Black Panther, I think I just watched it one time and was like, all right, I got this in my repertoire now. Like I know what's going on.
Like Black Panther 2 is so good, bro. I really fuck with that movie, because like even with Shuri, because it's like she goes through all of that, bro. She's still in denial of all of this traditional shit. She manages to recreate the herb, and then it's not even until like the end of the movie, bro, that she's like, bro, maybe this shit is all right. And then she's like, you know what? I don't want to be queen. And then she gives up the mantle and she fully embraces being the Black Panther. I'm like, bro, imagine that, because like at that point she's operating under a mindset where she's not allowing any type of possible would-be mystical forces into her equation, like basically limiting her scientific possibilities and shit like that. Like,
do you think that the ending of Black Panther is the reason why she goes into the magic portion, her magic side?
She starts to embrace that side more. Now that she understands that it's real.
That's why she's going to become more of a magician now than like scientific.
I think so. I mean, I believe in the comics is like different, because it's still played out kind of similarly how it does in MCU, where she goes from like the tech genius to using the armor to becoming a Black Panther and then switching over to magic and shit like that. But I'm not sure which will be her pivot, but definitely this was the start, because in Black Panther 2, her mom was trying to get her to basically embrace the ancestors and basically mourn T'Challa, and she's not trying to do all that. She's trying to focus on moving on, and all of this shit is impossible because her science proves that it can't be done, so it can't be done. So she had to go past that mindset.
Okay, I'm gonna have to watch that. I'll probably be hitting you up in the chat when I watch Black Panther 2 again tonight. I'm probably gonna rewatch it.
Yeah, that shit is hard.
Something like that. Probably next weekend I'll probably watch some Marvel movies, something like that. Ooh, I guess last question. I did want to end it off. I was trying to keep it under 3 hours. I ain't gonna lie. Hold
up. Y'all realize that I started becoming a big ass fucking Marvel nerd after I watched Endgames over again. When I used to say it was trash, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was like, bro, I'm about to watch it again because the shit was trash, and I watched it again, and I just became the biggest fucking MCU nerd after that.
Yeah, I knew Endgame was like that. Endgame was like that. But if Tony Stark and T'Challa goes band for band, who wins?
Tony Stark. Are you talking
Band
about
for
like
band?
Endgame? Are you talking about
Yeah.
Endgame Tony Stark? Like which Tony Stark we talking about? Because he got
In
two.
Endgame, Tony Stark and Mr.
Endgame
Vibranium himself.
Endgame Tony Stark was boxing with Thor. I mean Thor.
Oh no,
No,
I
are
meant
you talking about money? You
Money,
talking about money?
money wise.
Oh, you talking about money? Oh, no,
I ain't gonna lie, T'Challa got that
level,
shit, bro.
T'Challa money on a different level, bro. Like he runs a whole fucking secret country. Go on, yeah, T'Challa is on a different level.
Like
or
Tony,
continent, if you want to call it that.
Tony got enough clout to basically be big within a country. Nigga, T'Challa got the money to run that country.
Yeah, T'Challa a king, bro. Like he got
Yeah.
king money. Like Tony got enough money to where he can fucking bust buildings and ask Jarvis how much is this building before I fucking destroy it. But he ain't got
Yeah,
T'Challa,
literally, that's literally what he does. He's like, how much is this building? He's gonna buy it in the middle of the battle. He said, all right, time to destroy it.
T'Challa, yeah.
So I think Loki, I don't even think Tony got, do he got Batman bread? I don't know.
Batman bread? Yeah, definitely he got Batman bread. What do you mean?
I don't know. Yeah, Batman got
all right,
bread.
let me back up because I'm not that educated on Batman. I'm not really.
I'm about to say, yeah, Batman got bread for everything. That nigga shoot a sky hook into the sky and ended up flying away. You don't know how or why. Nigga ain't got no superpowers, but that nigga gone right before your eyes. He paid for that shit somehow, nigga. He got some shit.
I mean, but Tony, he ain't got no superpowers either besides his brain. He created a whole.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like Tony's equipment, though. Like, who's more expensive? Who do you think is like Batman shit or Tony shit?
I would say I don't have extensive knowledge on Batman, but I would definitely say Tony. I would say Tony. They're on the same level. It got to either be Tony or they're on the same level as far as like Brad goes. Because like the only like some knowledge I have on the DCU's.
You seen the type of car? You seen the type of car Batman drive?
Do you see the type of cars with the
that's his own Iron Man suit right there, the Batmobile. And on top of that, we're not even talking about the bat suit. How much that motherfucker costs?
Bro,
I'm pretty sure the Batmobile costs as much as the Iron Man suit, bro.
Nah, not the nanotech suit. Come on, bro. Like we're talking about a whole nother.
We getting into nanotech. That's talking about like he's scavenging shit from battles he done won. Like he ain't paying for that shit. That nigga beat some aliens up and he taking tech back to his crib, bro. Like nah, that shit don't count.
Wait, how? Where you get that from? Where you get that from?
They not paying for that shit. Like Tony started leveling up his shit. I mean, like Iron Man 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, he's paying for all of that. But once we get past like Avengers Age of Ultron, once we get to Infinity, like that nigga using Chitauri shit. He using extra shit that I'm not saying he did, but the nigga did start the DODC, and they was the one who was gathering all of the stuff after all the big battles from the Avengers. So look,
you talking about the Department of Damage Control? Yeah, they was. Yeah, he spearheaded the Department of Damage Control. But I'm
saying like he was already like I'm saying like how much of the shit has he actually paid for, and how much of the shit came from him putting together stuff that came from previous battles, where we know for a fact the nigga Batman paid for shit, bro.
No.
The nigga Batman got kicked out the Justice League because he had a contingency plan to take down everybody. That nigga,
no, that's funny as fuck.
That nigga, they was like, what you mean you know all of our weaknesses? He knew Wonder Woman weakness and how to get around it. He knew Superman, everybody weakness, and the nigga a human.
Watching this video on there, he came. Didn't he come up with like a fucking what was that shit called? Kryptonite bullet, bro. That shit is not that great of an idea.
Against Superman, it is.
Nah, really. When Superman's fighting kryptonite villains, bro, made of kryptonite and shit, it's not that really.
Bro, I'm not saying Batman can do like this, that, or the third. All I'm saying is that Batman can have no idea who Doctor Strange is and press one button on his suit, and all of a sudden Doctor Strange magic don't work on Batman. That's not crazy for me to believe, just knowing how Batman is, bro. Like, I'm just saying, like, that nigga got bread, and he got a backup plan for his backup plan, bro.
I mean, Tony, he made a whole Avengers Tower for all the Avengers to live in and type shit. Like, Tony bread is different, though, bro. Like, Tony got different.
Tony do got bread, though. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm saying, like, the type of shit Batman, like, the nigga got a satellite over the whole fucking globe. Tony got a satellite too?
Around the world. Yes, he does.
He wanted to, but he
had the bread to do it, though.
he probably would have had support. I don't know if he would have had the bread solo job to do that shit.
I
But like,
don't know, bro. Tony Brad different, bro. Tony got different type of money.
shit, bro. I'm not. My thing is Tony go like.
The nigga created a whole new element, bro. Like, come on, his bread is different, bro. To bring a hydrogen collider into your crib, bro. A hydrogen
I mean, that's
collider.
you talking about like that's brains. That's brains. Like,
No.
I'm not arguing if he's smarter.
I'm not saying just that. He had to get the technology together, bro. You know what a hadron collider is? That's real world. Like, we have that in the real world nowadays. You know how much that shit costs to put that shit together? Billions.
Bro. That nigga Batman.
Herman has a hadron
that
collider.
nigga Batman got a strap on his suit. He'll press the button. And a motherfucking F1 fighter jet come hovering over niggas' dome. And all he got to do is shoot a grapple hook up. And that shit taking him home, bro. Like, I don't think niggas understand.
Tony was destroying jets and was paying for them afterwards.
I don't think niggas understand, like, the most random shit Batman could do. It is like, where you getting the money for? Like, that's what I'm going with. Like,
where's Batman's, like, money come from? Like, we know Tony's come from his dad. Where does Batman's come from?
Nigga, Bruce Wayne, he got old money, bro.
No, I'm saying, where does Bruce money come from? Like, his family gave it to, like,
I don't know what they do. I don't know what they do, but the Wayne family always been rich. But Bruce at least always been rich too. Like
at least we know where Tony's come from. Tony's came from weapons, like, and his dad being a fucking genius and shit. So like, that's why I was like, because I'm not really educated on Bruce Banner.
Man, that nigga Bruce, Playboy magazine, #1 billionaire boy. He got like him and Tony Stark basically are the same, but like that nigga Bruce really like the mayor want to have lunch and he want to go to Bruce's party. Where niggas know Tony, like I fuck with Iron Man and Tony, but like niggas be like, yeah, Tony's a stuck up. He's cocky. He's arrogant. You know what I'm saying? Niggas be on Bruce Wayne dick and niggas scared of Batman. And it's all because of that buddy.
I'm gonna ask ChatGPT who's richer real quick. This for fun and games.
Let's see, because I'm really on the fact that he got a button on his belt for everything.
Let me see. Hold on. I'm gonna ask ChatGPT.
You know how much he got to pay for that GPS signal free game?
Who?
That nigga Batman in Arkansas. He pressed his button. The motherfucking fighter jet come from Gotham City and fly over to him. How strong is that signal, my nigga?
And an automatic private jet costs bread. Regular private jets is like 50 racks.
And then on top of that, his car turned into a speedboat and it turned into a jet on its own.
Bro, how do you talk to this bitch, bro? My bad. I'm trying to talk to ChatGPT so she. I'm trying to talk to her so she can say it in a microphone. But I guess all right. Hold on. Let me see. Who's smarter? I mean, who's richer? Bruce Wayne or Tony Stark? Let me see.
I'd probably say
if you're
Tony,
comparing the fictional net words, Bruce Wayne is generally portrayed as richer than Tony Stark. Though it depends on the comic era and the source. Bruce Wayne owns or controls Wayne Enterprise, a massive multinational conglomerate with interests in technology, medicine, aerospace, finance. Oh, that's what he does. Finance and more. He has vast inherited wealth that has grown over generations, often depicted as one of the richest people in the DCU universe. Tony Stark built much of his fortune through innovation at Stark Industries. Wealth fluctuates dramatically because storylines often have him lose and rebuild his company. Oh, shit. He spends an enormous amount on Iron Man armor, AI research, space technology, and philanthropy. Who wins? Comics, most versions, Bruce Wayne is usually richer. Movies, MCU, Nolan, DCEU, it's less clear, but Tony appears to have access to more cutting-edge technology, despite likely having a smaller fortune. So technology, Tony Stark wins. We already know that. Raw wealth, Bruce Wayne usually wins. Yeah, so you're right.
Not bad.
I'm saying, bro, if a nigga got a belt and he could press a button and he call it a jet, he got money. I don't give a fuck how smart. I was like, that nigga got money, bro. If he pressing a button on his belt and a jet come flying to him.
You got a point there. You got a point.
Yeah, private jets ain't cheap.
Like,
but all right, y'all. I ain't gonna. We kind of throw you like 3 hours deep.
No, you good. All right, I'll catch y'all on the next one. Thank you,
chat. Definitely, fellas.
Awesome. All right, y'all be safe.
All right, same to you, of course. And of course, Rising, get healthy, my guy.
Healthy, Rising. We heard your voice on the whole thing. I wonder what happened to him. I'll ask him later. All right, y'all. Peace out.
All right,